City, Missouri, WGN presents Chicago White Sox baseball. Tonight, it's the White Sox versus George Brett and the first place Kansas City Royals. And hi, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Royal Stadium. I'm Ken Harrelson with Tom Paciorek as the Sox get ready to take on Kansas City in the second of this three-game set. They took the opener last night 6-1 behind Blackjack McDowell, who was just brilliant. But tonight, Wimpy, a young pitching matchup out there. 23-year-old right-hander Alex Fernandez against the 24-year-old southpaw Chris Haney.
All right, Chris Haney beat the White Sox in the one time he has pitched against them this year, and that was at Comiskey Park. He's a very crafty left-hander, has a good assortment of off-speed pitches. Now, Alex Fernandez is 4-3 in his career against Kansas City, but he's 3-0 in this ballpark with a good .225 earned run average.
All right, big crowd expected tonight. Sit back, relax. Game 2 of this three-game set. Wimpy will be back with the rest of the starting lineups right after this.
Welcome back to Royal Stadium in Kansas City. A beautiful evening for baseball. Game 2 of the three-game set between the Sox and the Kansas City Royals. Sox winning last night 6-1. Here's a look at the White Sox lineup given by Gene Lamont. Leading off in left field, the Rock, Tim Raines. Batting second at second, Craig Graybeck. The big hurt, Frank Thomas, will play first. He'll bat third. Cleanup man tonight is right fielder Ellis Burks. Robin Ventura plays third base. He had 2 big RBIs yesterday. He'll be followed by the DH. Oh, let me tell you about Bo Jackson. Lance Johnson plays center field, hitting in the 7th position. Batting 8th behind the plate is Ron Karkovice. And bringing up the rear at shortstop, Ozzie Guillen. Defensively, the Royals line up with Chris Gwynn in left field. Brian McRae is in center. Felix Jose plays right. Phil Hyatt is the third baseman. Greg Gagne at shortstop. Jose Ling at second. And the pride of Stone Mountain, Georgia, Wally Joyner at first. Battery tonight of Mike McFarland. And you guessed it, it's Mr. Chris Haney. Chris is 3-0 as you listen to Green Acres in the background. 405 earned run average in 4 ball games. He has defeated the White Sox once already this year, giving up 26 hits in 26 2/3 innings, 9 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's a finesse guy. His last start was against the Brewers. No decision, working 5 1/3, giving up 5 runs on 8 hits, walking 2 while striking out 1. The umpires tonight are good friends. Al Clark behind the plate, Dan Morrison at first, Larry Barnett at second, Greg Kosk at third, and here's the Hawkaroo with the play-by-play.
All right, Wimpy, thank you. And the first pitch of the ball game, the sinker from the southpaw Chris Haney to Tim Raines in the count 0-1. Rock hitting .343 on the year, 6 homers. He's knocked in 13. Rock 1 for 3 last night with an RBI. Second of this three-game set on a beautiful evening for baseball. That curveball missed low in the count 1-1. 86 degrees at game time. Could be just a little warmer. Feels a little chilly. That pitch foul back in the count 1-2. 3:30 down each line here at beautiful Royal Stadium. 385 in the gaps, 410 straightaway center field. And the wind tonight blowing from the right field foul pole to the left field foul pole. See the waterfalls out there in left center, right center. Huge crowd on hand. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Checks it up. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. This is the 5th meeting of the year between these two clubs. Royals, of course, swept the Sox back home at Comiskey Park. With the Sox behind a brilliant performance last night of Blackjack McDowell. Boy, he was competing last evening. Pitch inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chris Haney making just his 5th start of the season. As Wimpy told you, he beat the Sox back on May 27th, 6-4. There's that fastball slapped foul out of play. In that game, he went 6 1/3, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, had 4 walks, and struck out 2. Not going to overpower you. He really changed speeds well in that last start against the Sox. Did not mess around with the middle of the plate that often. So here's the 2-2 delivery. Change up. And the count goes full with Craig Graybeck on deck.
You know, in that ball game you're talking about, too, Hawk, he was very good for 6 innings. He had a shutout going, so those numbers are a little bit deceptive. He gave up 4 runs in the 7th inning on 4 hits. Of course, his relievers didn't help him much.
That ball hit down the left field line. Stay fair. It hits a foul pole. Hits a foul pole. You can put it on the board. Yes! Solo homer by Tim Raines, and the Sox take a quick 1-0 lead.
Wow, what a job by Raines to keep that ball fair. You got to think that the ball's going to hook a little bit, but Timmy on the fastball inside, able to hit the foul pole right down that 330 line. 7th homer of the season. Raines now with 14 driven in. Let's take another look. Fastball, he went out and got it. Timmy just praying it, wishing it in, a la Carlton Fisk in the 75 series. Yes.
Craig Graybeck with a count of 0-1. So the Sox, who scored last night, singletons in the first 5 innings, had a sustained offensive attack. That pitch just off the outside corner. Graybeck making his first plate appearance this year against the Royals. Way outside and down, 2 balls and a strike.
And homer by Raines was his first right-handed this year and only his 2nd RBI, batting right-handed.
Fouls the fastball back. And here are our picks to click tonight by LaSalle Bank, the bank that works. ASC Skip Ellison, our producer, director, and the crew, took Karkovice. Wimpy went with Big Frank. I went with Tim Raines.
Yeah, right. Oh, let me tell you about Bo Jackson's your pick.
As he strikes out Graybeck with a curveball.
I know you looked at Rock's right-handed record this year before you picked your click or something like that.
There's the Rock. A lot of Dennis and Menace in him. Here's Big Frank. Thomas hitting at 295, 11 homers. He's knocked in 42. 2 for 4 last evening, and he hit a bullet out of here. Fastball off David Cone, just a rocket over that left center field fence. He could have hung out all the wash in Cook County on that one. There's a shot off of Haney. Chico Lynn not going to be able to make the play, and it'll be a base hit. Well, Wimpy's picked a clip.
Well, I'll tell you what, Frank Thomas hits a shot back to the pitcher from what, about 52 feet away by the time Haney releases it on an artificial surface. It can do some damage. Take another look. Fastball down out over the plate. Schinberger right there. Fortunately for Haney, it was kind of a deflection. It wasn't a full. He didn't receive the full force of that blow. So runner at first.
And here's Ellis Burks. Takes a curveball, blowing inside, stopped by McFarland, and I believe Al Clark as well. Ellis hitting at 287. 7 homers. He's knocked in 28. Boy, just a whole bunch. I mean, a multitude of Sox fans in attendance. That hotel right across the way we're staying, Adams Mark, is just jammed with them. That always happens here at Kansas City. Pitch misses and the count 2-0. There's a hotel that we stay right behind the ballpark.
Yeah. And there's the hills that Jesse James used to roam. What kind of guy was Jesse?
Tough dude.
Did he like split everything with you guys?
Jesse was tough, I'll tell you what. Overthrew every cutoff man he ever had.
And every partner, huh?
2 balls and a strike to Burks. But indeed, those were the hills that Jesse and his gang used the rolling hills of Missouri. Change up. Nella's way out in front. Cues it foul, and the count evens at 2.
You know, that homer by Tim Raines, you know, talking to Timmy, since he's been on the disabled list, came off the disabled list, it was his right thumb that he injured for the ligaments, and he still has a little bit of pain hitting right-handed when he gets jammed, so he's been a little bit tentative swinging right-handed. There's a fastball up and in the Burks. Left-handed, he has really been dangerous. Happy camper right there.
So the full count to Burks with 1 out. Big Frank at first. A little bit of a late jump right there by Thomas. One nothing Sox here in the top of the first inning.
Looked like Frank was rushing the passer right there.
Man, that was, he had about a 2-foot lead. Right there. He stretched it out a little bit.
There he goes again. Please hit it.
And now he's got plenty of time to get back in.
That might have been the worst jump in baseball history, and it worked.
He had to, no, it was the worst jump last time.
Oh, yeah? Well,
McRae and McFarland. Was there anything going on with Burks across the plate? I didn't notice anything, but evidently Hal McRae thought there was something going on. That's a tough call for an umpire. Anytime that, a lot of times the opposing manager feels like there's some interference involved, but no.
Yeah. You can tell that's Al Clark. Look, he's got his name on his hat.
Well, let's take another look at the play and see if it got him on his backswing. No, that's...
He got clunked in the back of the head by Mike McFarland's fist right there after he released the ball.
Ball's already gone. So here's Robin. Robin 2 for 5 last night with a homer, and he knocked in 2. He went to the opposite field. That's tough to do here at Royal Stadium. There are the season's numbers on Robin. 266, 11 homers. He's knocked in 34. There goes Big Frank. There's the throw. It's high. And they get him. But the Sox come up with a run on a leadoff homer by Tim Raines, and after a half inning of play, it's the good guys 1 and Kansas City coming to the bank.
1-0 White Sox, and quickly here is the Kansas City lineup. Top third of Felix Jose in right field, Brian McRae in center, George Brett is the DH, middle third Wally Joyner at first base, Mike McFarland behind the plate, Chris Gwynn in left, bottom third of Greg Gagne, the shortstop, Phil Hyatt at third, and Jose Lind at second. Sox with Raines, Johnson, Burks in the outfield, Ventura, Guillen, Graybeck, Thomas, Fernandez, and Karkovice the battery.
And here's Felix Jose. Check swing, hopper. Here comes Graybeck. Underneath, in time. Felix Jose can scoop down the line.
Yeah, I haven't seen Jose take a good swing against the White Sox yet this year, though, especially on the fastball. If you look at Alex's numbers, 7-3 with a 3.02 earned run average in 12 starts, 2 complete games, 1 a shutout, just 66 hits allowed and 86 in the third innings. That's good. 25 walks, that's good. 65 strikeouts. He beat the Red Sox in his last start, going 7 2/3 solid innings.
Here's the center fielder, Brian McRae. Takes it down low. Brian hitting at .311, 3 homers. He's knocked in 24. 0 for 3 last evening, and in his career against Alex, he is 7 for 21. Hit Alex pretty well. 2-0 to count. Outfield for the most part straight up. Lance Johnson just a couple of steps over towards Tim Raines in left. Good fastball. 2-1. And want to send out a big White Sox happy birthday tomorrow to Lawrence Neal of Chicago, brother of Lavelle Neal, who works for the Kansas City Star. And that is one of Wimpy's in lieu of a birthday present. As there's the strike and the count 2-2. So happy birthday, Lawrence.
I'm giving Lawrence the same thing he got me for my birthday.
Inside, full count.
Or is that what Lavelle's giving Lawrence for his birthday?
In lieu of.
Oh, very good. I like Lavelle.
He's learning. Ball hit it deep in the right field. Ellisberg's back. Now looks up, and it's off the fence. Plays it on the first bounce, so a one-out double by Brian McRae. That's his 12th two-bagger of the season.
He almost got that one out of here. Brian McRae's having a terrific year for the Royals. Certainly a candidate for the All-Star team this year. Anything down and out over the plate. Look, he's got a lot of movement at the plate. Sox have had problems with him down and away right there. Watch him get his arms extended. Boom. Boy, he kept his hands back nicely right there. His success against McRae has been the fastball inside. Try to jam him.
He just hooked that one. Went out and hooked it. Little short, quick swing.
Yeah.
Here's the DH, George Brett. Takes it up high. George 0 for 4 last night. Hitting at .238, 6 homers. He's knocked in 29. George with 10 RBIs in his last 10 ball games. Fouls a fastball back. He's had good success against Alex. In 18 at-bats, he has 8 hits.
Well, Alex is a basic pitcher. He comes at you hard, good fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. And I think George likes that kind of pitcher. He's hit those guys for so many years, about 20 in the major leagues. It's the trick artists, the split finger guys, I think, that give George a lot more problems these days.
Fouls that fastball back a little tardy. So young Alex on top, a ball and 2 strikes. 1-0 Sox here in the bottom of the first inning. Well, the Royals certainly have been playing some outstanding baseball. They are 30-17 since April 17th. Long set. And that fastball hit foul. That ball's jumping to left field.
You know, it really is. Ball really carrying. Watching guys hitting batting practice, too. They were hitting it out of here today like it was a bandbox. Almost like you're hitting in Tiger Stadium. You know, one thing that strikes me as impressive out of all the stats about the Royals, Hawk, is they're 19-8 in one-run decisions. That tells you how good that bullpen is, especially with the General Montgomery out there.
Up and in, 2-2. Well, they've got certainly one of the better defensive infields. Look at that. Since May 2nd and May 4th. Wow.
Man.
You take Wally Joyner, Jose Lean, Greg Gagne. They've had some problems at third. Because there's a ground ball to Hopper. Graybeck has it. Over to Big Frank. 2 out. But Joyner, Lean, and Gagne are just about as formidable defensively as any 3 in the league. And here comes Wally Joyner. He's been hot. He is 13 for his last 30. 2 for 4 last night. There are his season's numbers, and he's 4 for 7 lifetime. Check that 4 for 17 lifetime against Alex. Gas upstairs.
Still, Wally's driven in just 22 runs on the season with 16 doubles. Either the guys in front of him aren't getting on, or really a stat that jumps out at you with Joyner.
That's into center field. Lance Johnson is there. One dog makes the catch, and that'll retire to the side. Nothing across. There was a hit, no errors. 1 man left. After 1, good guys on top, 1-0. Robin, as we mentioned, 2 for 5 last night with his 11th homer of the season. Got jammed right there. And let's take a look at it. Here's David Cone. And this coming leading off the top of the 5th. He just crushed it.
Well, he did. He smoked that ball out over the plate. See Robin wide open.
The ball and 2 strikes.
Key with Robin, Hawk, is that right foot of his when he's almost out of the batter's box from a width-wise. But if he gets too far closed as he's striding in, he usually doesn't get to the ball.
Breaking ball hangs inside, so the count evens at 2. One final in the National League. The Giants beat the Cubs at Candlestick 5-4. Rips that one, foul. Other National League scores: bottom of the 4th, Fighting Fish leading Pittsburgh 3-2. Atlanta shutting out Cincinnati 4-0. Bottom of the 3rd, down in Georgia. Bottom of the 5th at Shea Stadium, Philadelphia shutting out the Metropolitans 3-0. St. Louis 3, Montreal 2. That game in the top of the 2nd inning at Busch Stadium. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Outfield straight up for Robin. That's into left. Chris Gwynn makes the catch, and there's 1 out. And a reminder, the White Sox and Gloria Jean's Gourmet Coffees, also WLIT, present this year's Women in Baseball Clinics. Now, the clinic are going to feature Tom Detroit, my partner, the Whipperoo, and his tutu. Kirk McCaskill, Jerry Reinsdorf, Roger Bossard, and also women who work in the business. Now, the clinic dates are Saturday, June 26th and Saturday, July 24th from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Tickets are $20 per clinic or $35 for both. To make your reservations, just call 312-451-5354. That's going to be a lot of fun. Here's Bo Jackson. Bo for 4 against his former mates this year. Did not play last night. Makes the sinker outside and the count 1-1. Outfield bunched. Straight up. Change up. Popped up. McFarland. Wow. He recovers, makes the catch, and that's out number 2.
And Mike was just looking to see where Wally Joyner was. Of course, Wally is playing bowl to pull and very deep at first base. And Mike, he's all on his own right there. The wind brings it back just a little bit. That's a tough play for a catcher.
Lance Johnson steps in. Lance 1 for 3 last night, hitting at .302. No homers. He's knocked in 20. Takes it low. Corners in close. Phil Hyatt. Right at the cut of the artificial turf at third. Two and 0 the count. Sox with a record of 30-27 coming in. Kansas City 32-26. A game and a half on top of the Sox. There's the strike. Two-one delivery. Bill Hyatt bobbles it, now recovers and throws him out. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Kansas City Southpaw after an inning and a half. 1-0 good guys. 1-0 Sox here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. For Kansas City, it'll be McFarland, Chris Gwynn, and Greg Gagne to face Alex Fernandez. McFarland hitting at .289, 8 homers. He's knocked in 30. Curveball misses. Mike did not play last night. Brent Maine was the Kansas City catcher. Fouls it off, and the count evens at 1. McFarland 3 for 14 lifetime against Alex. Slider off the plate. One final in the American League. Baltimore beat the Red Sox 5-1 at Fenway. I believe that's a 10th straight victory for the Orioles. And there you see Pennington the winner, Harris the loser. And look at the Tigers, 7-0 over the Blue Jays, top of the 4th at Tiger Stadium.
Amazing. Hello.
Just threw that one by him. So a full count to McFarland. Milwaukee leading the Yankees 2-0. Bottom of the 1st inning, still hitting at County Stadium. Oakland 2, Minnesota 0. Top of the 2nd at the Humphrey Dome. Later on, Cleveland takes on Texas at Arlington, and Seattle against the Angels at the Big A in Anaheim. Here's the payoff pitch. Ooh. So the lead man aboard here in the bottom of the 2nd. Here comes the left fielder, Chris Gwynn. As he steps in, a reminder that Friday, June 25th at 7:05, the Sox host the Mariners to begin a 3-game weekend series. Now, the first 20,000 fans to attend that game will receive a bike bag courtesy of WMAQ Radio and Dannon Yogurt. For tickets, just dial Ticketmaster 312-831-1-SOX. There are the numbers on Gwynn, hitting at .314, no homers. He's knocked in 18. 1 for 3 last evening. 28-year-old outfielder looking down at Steve Boras, third base coach. Two and 0 the count. Gwynn hitting at .322 over the last 32 ball games. Short lead by McFarland as he's tardy on that heater. Alex, 3-0 lifetime here at Royal Stadium. And he has a lifetime 4-3 mark against Kansas City. And our congratulations certainly go out to the Chicago Bulls on their 2nd victory over the Suns. And now they got to come home for 3 at the stadium. Hello.
Maybe 2 at the stadium.
Wow. Well, they just playing great. Wow, that's something. Chance to win 3 consecutive world championships.
And you called it, you predicted it, you knew it all the time.
There's a base hit in the right field. So McFarland will hold that 2nd, and the Royals in business here. 2 on, nobody out.
Well, he dialed it up for that fastball, really turned on it, hit it hard through that hole. No chance for anyone.
And talking about the Bulls, No Bull with Phil Jackson, features of Game 3. Live from Chicago Stadium, hosted by our buddy Silk, Dan Rowan. That's Sunday night at 10 p.m.
That'll be awesome with Silk.
Here's the shortstop, Greg Gagne. He was 3 for 4 last night. Hitting at .272, a couple of homers. He's knocked in 17. Takes a fastball up and in. And now Carter Weiss wants a little chat with young Alex. Gagne certainly one of the shortstops in the league to be considered for the All-Star team.
He has done nothing but spectacular things since we've seen him when he was with the Minnesota Twins on defense anyway. And already this season with Kansas City.
Well, all Sox fans got to think this guy right here is just about as good as there is, because every time he plays against the Sox, he's just stellar.
Yeah, he is. Got a lot of big hits, too.
And a good hack right there to Heater. 1-1 to count. 31-year-old veteran.
Hey, Gagne looks a lot better at the plate, too. I was talking to him before the ball game today in their clubhouse, and he was telling me how he isn't quite as closed up as he was. When he's closed, you got to open up to see the ball, and your timing's not real good. You slow up your bat speed. Now he is about pretty much even with his stance right now. Quicker bat, sees the ball better.
He just got sawed off. This should be a pair right there as Ozzie rack him up.
Yeah.
4-6-3, 2 gone with McFarland in the third. There's a legitimate, absolute jam job.
A little peanut butter with this jam. Great pitch by Alex. Boy, he comes in hard. It looks like it's about belt high, right in that zone where you just can't handle it. Above the belt, right on the hands. And you can see this is tailor-made, 4-6-3.
And CarX puts the brakes on cancer with a $100 donation to Chicago White Sox charities for every White Sox double play.
Good.
They have turned 57 of them this year. As here's the third baseman, Phil Hyatt. Good slider. Hyatt did not play last evening, hitting at 243. But he's knocked in 30. He's a good-looking offensive player, just 24 years old.
He is that. He's got a chance.
0-2 the count. Also, our congratulations go out to the Tigers of LSU on their victory today over the Shockers of Wichita State. And our congratulations also to Wichita State. Two good programs.
They should have had to beat them twice.
I don't disagree with that, Wimpy. You know, in a double elimination tournament, I do not disagree with that.
They only lost once and they didn't win the title? I don't think that's fair. You know, they got to the finals based on their outstanding performance. They didn't lose, so they should have to beat them twice.
Yes, he did. And that'll do it. So Alex pitches out of a 2-on, nobody out jam. And after 2, he leads it 1-0. 1-0 good guys here in the top of the third inning. For the Sox, it'll be Karkovice. Ozzie in the top of the order. Tim Raines to face the 24-year-old southpaw, Chris Haney. Kark 2 for 3 last evening as he steps in, hitting at 252. 9 homers. He's knocked in 28. Takes a little sinker strike. Certainly a candidate for the American League All-Star team.
Darn right.
Oh, a little too hard, but can Hyatt throw him out? No, he cannot. Base hit Karkovice.
Well, Skip Ellison and the crew.
Well, he's my pick on the All-Star ballot thus far.
Got that right. Mine, too. Look at Kark. He doesn't give it away, puts it down the first baseline. You're right, Hawk. It's a little bit too hard, but Hyatt was playing in left field. And Kark is always a threat to bunt.
That big man can motor.
Yeah, he can. He can steal a base, too.
Here's Ozzie. Ozzie last night 1 for 3, a couple of ribbies. Hitting at 247, a homer, and he's knocked in 19. Ozzie getting that average way up. Tipped it bunt, foul ball. Ozzie had a big 2-out single in the second inning last night. Also a sacrifice fly in the fourth. Decent lead by Kark at first. So Bob Nelson would like to say hi to Gene and Sue back in Westmont, Illinois. Real White Sox fans. There's a bunt out in front of the plate. It's a good one. Only play to first base, so the sacrifice 1-3.
I like it. Little ball right there. Ozzie again, lefty versus lefty. Not a real good matchup there. And he gets Karkovice to second base. Not an easy guy to steal on either. Haney is.
Got a good pitch here, the curveball.
Yeah. Boy, he just kind of catches it with the end of his bat. Haney has but one play. That's the first, and that's good.
And that'll bring up Tim Raines. Hit a 3-2 fastball right down the left field line. Caught that foul pole for his 7th homer of the season. Second leadoff homer, both those coming against Kansas City. Takes a curveball strike. He led off that game back home against David Cone with a homer. Outfield playing him to pull slightly. There's a shot. Gagne now. They got Karkovice hung up. He's going to go to third base. Phil Hyatt now gives it to Lean, and they get it.
Well, you can see Kark was not past the ball, and it was hit very hard. I guess he was anticipating the ball to go through the hole. Gagne get him in the rundown, and there's the tag put on by Lean. Good job by the Royals on defense right there. Tim Raines not able to get to second base on that pickle.
So the sacrifice by Ozzie is negated. And here's Craig Graybeck. Haney got him with a good curveball looking. Sinker low and away. Well, that's going to happen to a lot of base runners, even though it's not a good base running play at all. It's a boo-boo.
Yeah.
But it's going to happen.
Stuff happens.
Every game. Craig trying to shoot that one into right field. Fouls it back. Souvenir right side.
Well, there was a
count 1-1.
Big play last night, Hawk, in the bottom of the 7th inning. First and second, a base hit up the middle. Lance Johnson threw out Brent Maine at home plate for the first out of the inning. And that was a big break for the White Sox and Jack McDowell. It could have been a bases loaded, no out situation. And they were down by 4 runs at the time.
Change up, strike. Also a big play in that ball game last night was in the bottom of the first inning when Felix Jose let it off with a double. Went to third on the error by Pasqua. And Jack and Robin picked him off of third base. How many times are you going to see that?
Whew, what a way to retake that momentum right there. Second time we've seen it.
Fastball.
Same combo.
Haney, the fastball, curve, changeup. Pretty good lead by Raines.
Looks like occasionally he'll throw a 4-seamer in off the plate, get the attention of the hitter, trying to establish those pitches away.
Well, the Royals are going to see some 4-seamers tomorrow. Finale of this 3-game set. It'll be Jason Barea against Kevin Apier.
And hopefully he'll keep that right about belt high.
Yeah, when he's belt high just a little higher, it's tough to get on top of Jason Barea.
Yeah, well, of course, they beat Jason in his first major league start, but the big 3-run homer by Mike McFarland in the first inning.
That was a 3-2 fastball down. A lot of deuces on the board. Good lead by Raines. There's a base hit in the left field. So Rock will turn second. He'll mosey on into third, and with 2 out. Sox have runners at the corners. Graybeck got him a little changeup and served it out there in the left center.
Kept his hands back very nicely right here. Watch it right there. A little hang time. The pitch is down. Just kind of scoops it up over the infield. Raines into third base easily. Wally Joyner backs up right here. Backs up. The throw is up high.
And here's Big Frank. He had a shot off the shin of Haney his first trip up for a base hit. Takes a curveball strike. Whoops. Got that fastball in a good spot. Couple of National League scores for you. There you see the Bravos leading the Reds 5-0. Fifth inning. Down at Fulton County Stadium, just a little south of Stone Mountain. There you see the Fighting Fish leading the Pittsburgh Pirates 3-2 in the sixth. No balls, 2 strikes to Thomas. Up high.
How about the Fish? They're only 3 games under 500 under Renee Latchman. It's good.
Well, you got the Big Rabbit down there with a whole bunch of saves.
You're darn right.
Ryan Harvey. Jammed him. Good pitch by Chris Haney. That's into right center field. Brian McRae is there, makes the catch, and it'll retire this side. Nothing across, a couple of hits, no errors, 2 left after 2.5. 1-0 good guys.
One nothing White Sox, bottom of the third. Here's Chico Lean, takes a slider from Alex Fernandez, ball 1 outside. There you see it, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the good guys in black. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the Kansas City Royals. He went fishing, high fastball, count even at 1. Chico Lean does not walk very often. He's hitting at .224 with no homers and 15 runs batted in on the season. Fastball, he fouls that one back. But he is throwing some leather. Just 1 error at second base for Lean this season.
And that was against us.
Yeah. Well, he can play some D. Ground ball weakly. Robin Ventura can't get there. Oh, there's an artificial surface hit. Base hit for Lean.
That's his first hit against the Sox this season in 14 at-bats.
Talking about Lean, 147 at-bats. He's walked 3 times, so it's almost impossible to walk him. Robin just couldn't get there. And Ozzie Guillen, the backhanded attempt, he was shielded by Robin right there, so he just dissected him right there perfectly, not hit hard at all. So the leadoff man on for Kansas City, and here's Felix Jose. Jam him. Breaking ball. Well, I would not mess around with anything off speed on this guy. He hasn't shown us he can hit a fastball yet. Sox are playing him around the left field. Foul ball. He's tardy. Felix came over to the Royals in a trade. Greg Jeffries, who is tearing up the National League for the Cardinals. Jose's hitting .260, but tell you what, he's gotten a few hits against the White Sox, but they have been duck snorts and little jam shots here and there. Fouls the fastball back. Any ball that he has hit hard against the White Sox has been on an off-speed pitch.
That's the way it goes. As we say, stuff happens. You see a lot of off-speed hitters today. I mean, guys just good off-speed hitters, good breaking ball hitters.
Why is that? Are they not looking for the fastball?
Well, they're getting so much of that off-speed stuff. And I think it starts at the high school and the college level.
Yeah.
Get coaches that want to, their pitchers throw so many breaking balls, sinkers, keep it down. It'll turn around in another 8 or 10 years. Everything goes in cycles.
Hey, you don't see too many kids in high school and college with the great fastballs anymore.
I'll tell you what, did you watch that College World Series? A lot of the games?
Yeah, some of it. Ooh, good pitch on the hands. He takes it, ball 3.
There were some guys rushing up there pretty good.
Yeah, there were some pretty good arms out there. That's true. Wichita State had some big guys throwing some fire up there. Our favorite guy was that little left-handed reliever from Long Beach State, Gonzalez. Oh, man. He topped out maybe 72. I'd sign that guy. He had guts. Runner goes. Ground ball. Frank Thomas makes the play. Good stop.
Pick it, Wilson.
To the glove side. Glove save, that is. Patrick Waugh.
As we talked about, probably the most improved defensive player in the American League this year. Big Frank. And deservedly so. He's worked hard for it.
That ball hit very hard. I'll tell you, sometimes you have problems on this artificial surface, too, on the dirt part. Get a lump in there, or those seams around that sliding area can be tough. Here's Brian McRae, doubled his first time. Curveball misses outside. Brian having an outstanding year. 314, 3 homers, 24 driven in. Has 13 stolen bases also, so he's all-star material this year for Kansas City. Good fastball. He fouls it back. Well, there you see Ozzie. Pretty good jab there by Chico Lean. Ozzie playing the rope-a-dope. One good fastball inside corner. So McRae down in this count, 1-2. Sox are playing Brian to hit the opposite way. A big gap in right center between Lance Johnson and Ellis Burks. Ellis pretty much straight away in right. They're coming inside again. Missed it, 2-2.
Look at the Tigers, 9-0.
Lord have
over the Blue Jays, bottom of the 5th inning in Detroit.
Boy, they have risen, haven't they?
To the occasion.
Milwaukee over the Yankees, 5-0 in County Stadium. They're in the 2nd inning there. Fastball. Foul. Right to the ball boy. And Minnesota trailing the Oakland A's in the 3rd inning. Minnesota playing much better baseball now. Getting that offense revved up. Oakland really struggling.
Well, they had a 5-0 lead last night, an 8-5 lead. Finally lost it 10-8.
Oakland 13 games under 500. There's a good fastball. He fouls it back. Karkovic back to the screen. No, just hit the edge. So Brian McRae gets with a 2-2 pitch coming up to McRae. Let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
We're back, and with the Hawk Ken Harrelson, this is the Duke, Tom Paciorek.
Duke.
Live from Royal Stadium in Kansas City.
Duke.
I love it when I get to say station identification here.
You love to broadcast, don't you, Wimpy?
2-2. In the left field, Tim Raines. Right there. Perfect defensive positioning.
And a perfect sequence.
Yeah, throwing that hard stuff inside. Brian hooked that pitch outside his last time up off the right center field wall. You know, the one thing I've noticed about Alex Fernandez this year that we haven't seen a whole lot of in the past, when he gets in a jam right now, Hawk, I really in my heart feel he's going to find a way to pitch out of it.
He's learned a lot, but what you have seen Alex do this year as opposed to last year and the year before was that when you would see him shake off a sign in years past, usually he'd go to the breaking ball.
Right.
Now he's going to the fastball.
What a difference. Well, he's just 23 years old and he's learning. Here's a tough out still. George Brett. George grounded to second his first time. Hits this one off home plate to first. Frank Thomas in foul ground.
That's a bad break right there.
Well, that took a right turn.
Yeah, had all that spin on it. Big Frank trying to get there before there was a chance of it going foul. It just takes a U-turn right here.
Yeah, Frank's very deep for George. Wanted to make sure he knocks it down in the infield. Runner at second base and 2 outs. That's what those guys are telling each other. Knock it down, dive, keep it in the infield. Don't let that guy score from second base. So the 0-1 pitch coming up to George Brett. Fastball inside corner, great pitch.
Well, he starts him off with that changeup blowing away, then comes back with a fastball inside. Those usually are two pretty good pitches.
Yeah. The old down and away, up and in technique. Fastball grounded towards shortstop. Ozzie Guillen throws him out, and that'll do it. Kansas City denied once again as they threaten after 3. It's 1-0 White Sox. Top of the 4th inning here at Kansas City. Ellis Burks is going to lead things off for the Sox against Mr. Haney. Chris, shot back up the middle. Oh, yes, that was vicious. He just top-hand that one, a high fastball. So the leadoff man on for the White Sox here in the top of the 4th.
All right, it's time for tonight's Aflac trivia question. In 1987, Robin Ventura had a 58-game hitting streak.
Wow.
Ended in the College World Series when he played for Oklahoma State. Who stopped that streak? That's easy.
Easy.
Robert Fillmore, Ellison.
Fillmore. Here's Robin Ventura. Robin flied out his first time up. Chris Haney steps off. Ellis Burks. Runner at first. Ellis has stolen 3 bases in 7 attempts so far in the season. Fillmore. Oh, there's a change of Burks with a good jump, and he advances to second. That's got to be a pass ball. Boy, Ellis.
That's a glove right here of Mike McFarland. Oops, he just didn't get it there.
The old ejector button trick. Pass ball, runner at second base.
We've seen a few of those this year.
Oh, we have, yeah. So a good jump by Burks, and he's at second. Curveball, yes, on the outside corner. They'd love to see Robin Ventura pull the ball here to get him to third with less than 2 out. Sox now with 5 hits against Haney. Chris, the son of the real Mr. Haney. Former pitching coach with the Brewers, Larry Haney. I'm sure he's watching this game someplace. Fastball up and away.
Larry, of course, a catcher. Good receiver.
Yeah. Could he hit?
No.
Okay.
A good receiver.
Doesn't make him a bad person.
He's good with that leather.
2-1, misses outside. A good graphic right there. Sox have homered in the last 6 ball games, 10 total.
And we'll give you a little hint for those of you who do not know who stopped Robin's hitting streak. It was a right-hander with a good splitter.
Right. 3-1. Smoked foul.
But he didn't throw a splitter then.
No, that would be a cardinal sin.
You're awesome. Nice little segue there.
Oh, we're good.
Pitcher for Stanford.
He's my pick. Off. He did. He pulled it. Wally Joyner. Those quick, sweet hands at first base. Takes a hit away from Ventura, but the runner advances to third, so Robin accomplishes his task, and Bo Jackson's going to get a good chance at an RBI.
All Robin's trying to do is just get him over to third base and also come up with a hit if possible. There's a breaking pitch. There he goes down and just hooks it. Wally Joyner really, as Wimpy mentioned, the soft hands over there. Good first baseman. Chris Haney bananaed out. Got in perfect shape.
Okay, so let me tell you about Bo Jackson with this RBI chance. Infield is in. Come on, Bo. Manufacture this run. There's a fastball up high. Ameritech Cellular will present a spectacular fireworks display following the Sox-Mariner game on Saturday, June 26th. For tickets to the 6:05 game, call Ticketmaster at 312-831-1-SOX. I wouldn't want to be playing in with Bo Jackson. Oh, good changeup right there. Well, Hawk, we talked about it between innings. Bo looks like he's a lot farther off of home plate than he was in spring training.
Well, he's having to reach for a lot of pitches now, Wimpy. And you're right, he is further away from the plate than he was in the spring. When you're away from the plate and you got to reach for the ball, it slows your bat up, and it makes you much more vulnerable. They started him off with a fastball up, came back with a changeup down. Now they're going to come back inside with this one. So the sequence is we have watched Bo over the last month or so, he's struggled a bit because of the fact he's had to reach for the ball. And any time, as I mentioned, you got to reach for the ball. As a rule, you get up out of your front hip, which is a left hip in his case.
Right.
And you got to push the bat.
And you lunge at the ball, too. And plus, it facilitates a lot of head movement, which is something you do not want. Bo looked real comfortable in spring training, right on top of the plate, slightly open. He was getting to everything because that hip was already in a good hitting position. But batters change depending on their comfort level, and sometimes you change, you don't even know you did it. Here's a 3-1. Bo in a good situation right now.
Well, if you're Haney in this situation, you get the infield in. He's got to go with his best pitch right here, which is the change.
Sure. And try and get a good spot. And heck, if he walks him, so what? At least you got the double play possibility to get out of the inning with the next guy. There it is. See how much Bo moved right there from way off the plate. He just lunged after that one. And as strong as he is, there was so much head movement right there. It really made it almost impossible for him to make contact.
Well, here's the 3-1 change, and you'll see just how far he's got to reach for it.
Now, if he's right on top of the plate, that pitch is not that tough for him. He got him on a high heater. See, right there, he's trying to protect the outside corners, head moving towards the inner part. He got him upstairs.
Bo was really upset on the 3-1 pitch. He chased. It was a bad one, and then he backs it up with a fastball up out of the strike zone.
So here's Lance Johnson, whose forte since he's put on that White Sox uniform has been the 2-out RBI.
Offensively. Right.
First pitch, fastball at the knees, strike one. Dwayne and Deanna Ralston from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan is here with Chuck Albertson from DeKalb, Illinois. Longtime Sox fans, and they are on their way to seeing all the American League parks.
That's great.
Fun summer.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That was either a breaking ball that didn't break,
That's
change up that got away. The Fighting Fish. 3-2 over Pittsburgh. And Philadelphia 3-0 over the Mets in the 8th inning at Shea. St. Louis 7-zip over the Montreal Expos. I'm going to say Canadiens. Oh, good breaking ball. Lance way on his front foot. A weak pop-up to left. Gagne there puts it away, and that'll do it. Sox come up empty after 3.5 from Kansas City. It's 1-0 White Sox.
That's the story. 1-0 good guys here in the bottom of the 4th inning. For Kansas City, it'll be Joyner, McFarland, and Chris Gwynn to face Alex Fernandez. He joined us late. Sox came up with that run in the first. Leadoff homer by Tim Raines hitting the foul pole down the left field line. So here's Wally. Fly to Lance Johnson. Hooks that one softly foul. 30-year-old veteran. Loves it here in Kansas City. Of course, this is a great place to play. Find a lot of ball players that, besides playing here, they move here. Fastball high off the plate. Just a quiet, laid-back town here in mid-America.
I love it here. It's a little too hot for me, though.
Not a good swing right there from Wally Whirl, and the count 1-2.
They've got some great golf courses here, Hawkeroo.
And you've tried most of them, haven't you?
That Wolf Creek, I'm telling you what.
That's a good
beautiful
golf course.
Yeah.
That is a good golf course. All men's club.
It is.
Yeah.
Point.
Count hangs innings at 1-2. Outfield bunched and swung slightly to the left. That's into right field. Ellis Burks is there. Right in his tracks almost. And the lead man down. All right, let's check out our Aflac trivia question and answer. 1987, Robin Ventura had a 58-game hitting streak, ended in the College World Series. What pitcher stopped that streak? His teammate, of course, Blackjack McDowell, who was pitching for the Cardinals of Stanford.
Cardinal. There's only one of them.
Here's McFarland. He drew a walk back in the second. Alex was in the jam there. He walked McFarland. Gwen singled. Watch out. That hit him.
Jeez, he didn't even move till the ball was a couple inches away from him. I don't know if Mike was waiting for that pitch to break or not, but fastball from Fernandez. Let's take a look at it. Watch when Mike McFarland moves. He's striding into the ball, and boom, right at the last second, he just kind of turns his shoulder in. It's a way to get out of the way of a pitch.
That's a little slow, though.
Yeah.
He just walked right into that one.
The technique was okay at the end, but my goodness.
So here's the left fielder, Chris Gwynn. Had that base hit to right. Detroit now leading Toronto 12-0. Top of the 6th inning at Tiger Stadium. Milwaukee 5, Yankees nothing. Bottom of the 3rd, County Stadium. Minnesota's come back to take a 4-2 lead over Oakland. As there, the runner was off. Grayback. Yes, he'll turn it. Second double play of the game, turned by the Sox. And Carex puts the brakes on cancer with a $100 donation to White Sox Charities for every Sox double play. After 4, 1-0 good guy. Nothing good guys here in the top of the 5th inning. Run on 5 hits, no errors for the Sox. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Kansas City. It'll be Karkovice, Ozzie, then the top of the order, Tim Raines to face the southpaw, Chris Haney.
And later tonight on WGN, Harrison Ford leads a group of World War II commandos on a daredevil mission into Nazi Germany. Robert Shaw and Harrison Ford co-star in Force 10 from Navarone. Tonight at 10:30 on WGN Channel 9. That's a good movie, huh, Hawkster?
Yes, sir. I'll tell you that, Robert Shaw was a great actor. Great actor. So here's Kark. He had a bunt single leading off the 3rd. Hitting .256 as he stands in with 9 homers, 28 RBIs. Cannot get the hook. We mentioned earlier that one final in the National League. Giants beat the Cubs 5-4 at Candlestick. Boy, Cardinals hurting Montreal 11-0. Bottom of the 4th in St. Louis. The curveball misses and the count evens at 1. 6-0. Bravos over the Reds. That's in the bottom of the 6th at Fulton County. And top of the 9th inning at Shea. Philadelphia shutting out the Metropolitans 3-0. 2 balls and a strike to Karkovice. Fastball out of play. I want to send out a big White Sox hello to John Horner.
What a hitter he was.
From Burnham, Illinois. John, a big Sox fan also. Wanted us to remember his good friend Dave Zernick, who was killed by a car. Hit by a car. And he said Dave in this letter was just a great guy and a great Sox fan. So our condolences to John on the loss of his friend. Change up, back to the middle, base hit. That a boy, Kark. Skip Ellison's picked it quick.
Those guys are awesome, aren't they? Now, Kark had some hang time. He waited back on that changeup.
You got to learn how to create a little hang time. There it was. If you get out there too quick and that front foot comes down in a hurry, you are absolutely dead at that point. You stop pulling, and then you start pushing.
Those hands come forward. You got nothing to hit with.
Here's Ozzie. He bunted Kark over the first time, and he's going to try it the second time. Gets another good pitch to do it on. Only played a first base. So once again, a sacrifice, this time 1-4.
Doesn't it amaze you that in sacrifice situations, pitchers do that? Especially on artificial surface, it is tough to kill a fastball, kill a bunt on a fastball. And right there, he just played right into the White Sox hands by throwing the breaking pitch.
And here's Tim Raines, who homered in the first inning. Hit the foul pole, and poof, here it is again. 3-2 fastball. You can see Rock just standing there, and there it is, about 2/3 of the way up. His 7th homer and his 14th RBI. Change-up low. Rock hitting .347 as he stands in. Well, the Sox with that home run now have hit 61 on the season. Kansas City on the other side of that page has only hit 36. But this is one of the tougher parks in all of baseball to hit home runs in.
Yeah, but they don't really have bona fide home run hitters in their lineup.
You don't want to try to get a whole bunch of bona fide home run hitters in your lineup here. It'll kill them.
Yeah.
That swing will just get bigger and bigger. There's a ground ball right side. Jose Lane knocks it down, recovers in time.
Wow.
He can cover some ground out there at second base.
Boy, he saved a hit and a run all in one movement right here. Chico Lean, that's what they got him. They got him from Pittsburgh. He's playing shallow, too. Shows his great range to his left and makes a quality throw to just nip Tim Raines. And Raines is flying down the line, too. What a play. Boy, they are throwing some leather in the middle of that defense. Hal McRae loves those two guys up the middle.
It's just about as strong a tandem as you're going to get up the middle. So here's Craig Graybeck with 2 down. Karkovice at third. He's 1 for 2. Hit a changeup back in the 3rd inning into left field. Fastball. Curving foul. And the count 0-1. And talking about the Sox and the home runs, the 61 they have thus far. You see they're on a pace to hit 170. Last year, just 110. Southside Hitmen back in 1977, 192. That's a lot of home runs playing at old Comiskey Park.
Oh, that's a ton.
One strike pitch. Oh, and 2 the count. And you see Milwaukee on top of the Yankees, 5-zip. 3rd inning, County Stadium. Rain delay. Boy, they've been having a ton of rain down in Texas. Tribe and Rangers locked up at 2. Sunk that one away, missed the outside corner. Take him right back through the middle. 14. You got to think about back through the middle. On Haney. They want the fastball in.
Well, Haney's got to do that occasionally. Make the hitter aware inside.
If he doesn't pitch inside, he's dead. He lets guys hang out over the plate. He's got to protect that changeup. And the only way you can protect that changeup, the left-handed pitcher, is by pitching the right-handers inside. Breaking ball. Good pitch by Haney.
Yeah, if he's going to hit that one, he's got to hit it hard anyway. He's going to hook it foul. Second pitch.
Very impressive. Yeah, he had a good mentor, his dad.
Mr. Haney.
Once again, the 2-2. Full count to Graybeck with Big Frank on deck. Well, we'll see how much confidence he's got in that changeup.
I got a feeling here it comes. Well, that's true with Frank Thomas on deck. You don't want to risk a walk here. Graybeck very dangerous with that fastball. We'll see.
Well, if it's me, I got to throw a strike with a fastball.
Yeah.
You make him swing the bat.
Yeah.
There it is. To Hopper Gagne. Very quickly over to Wally Joyner. And they get him. Nothing across. There was a hit, one left. Halfway home, 1-0 White Sox. That's the tail of the tape. Bottom of the 5th inning. For Kansas City, it'll be the lower third of the order. Gagne, Hyatt, and Jose Lean to face young Alex Fernandez. Alex, as we mentioned, 3-0 lifetime here at Royal Stadium, which goes against the norm of Alex being such an outstanding cold weather pitcher. There's good fastball outside half. It can get hot here in mid-America. Big time. Boy, here in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah. Middle of summer, it is just scorching.
Outfield playing him around to the right. Gas upstairs, and the count quickly 0-2.
Well, my theory on that, Alex being successful here, this is a good ballpark for a fly ball pitcher. Throw a lot of fly balls. They're going to get caught here, where in other ballparks they could go out for homers. That's good right there.
Blue Jays finally got on the board. They now trail the Tigers 12-1, top of the 7th inning. They have resumed play down in Arlington. Rangers. Well, Cleveland scored 2 in the top of the 1st. Texas has scored 5 in the bottom of the 1st, and they're still hitting. 6-2 now, Minnesota over Oakland, bottom of the 4th at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. And the Orioles this afternoon defeated Boston 5-1 at Fenway. That's popped up right side. Craig Graybeck. So here's Phil Hyatt. Alex did a number on him the first time up, struck him out. This young man right here has got a chance to be a real good offensive player. .6'3", 200 pounds. Out of Pensacola, Florida. Takes a strike. Last year hit 29 home runs, 27 in Memphis and 2 in Omaha. I didn't like that call, but he's down 0-2. Outfield straight up and spread out. Drops down, just misses the outside corner with a heater. One area that Hyatt still has to work very hard on is defense. He has committed 11 errors this year. That was not a good at bat for Phil. Good job by Alex, and there's 2 gone.
Well, everybody has an at bat like that once in a while. You take the strikes and swing at the balls. Right there, pretty evident. Good hard slider by Alex. Like a fastball, going to be on the outer half, and with that good tight rotation, forget it.
Here's Chico Lean. Had an infield single, his first at bat, first hit this year against the Sox. There's a fastball served in the right field. So Lean 2 for 2. That'll bring up the right fielder, Felix Jose, and as he steps in, a reminder the official fan club of the Sox is the Silver and Black Pack. Membership includes 3 pairs of coupons for Sox tickets, membership certificate and card, White Sox stickers, a Waldo the Wolf pin, also a subscription to the club newsletter. Now, membership is only $15. Those tickets alone are worth $48, and you can sign up today at Sport Mart, the official outlet of the Silver and Black Pack. What a deal. Now, that's a Wimpy type deal.
Great deal.
Late on the fastball. Felix is grounded to Graybeck at second. And he's grounded to Big Frank at first. Lean last time up was running. He had a pretty good jump. He's got a good lead. Does not go. Pitch out. Bad pitch out. And there's nothing on. 21 to count.
Every time we're talking about Felix Jose, I know he's got a shoulder problem. I think it's his left shoulder, so he really hasn't done any damage right-handed, the switch hitter. Last year for St. Louis at 295. 14 homers, 75 runs batted in, so we're not seeing the true Felix Jose, I believe, but from what, at least from a White Sox standpoint, he's hitting just 258 with no power.
Well, the guy that the Cardinals got from him, Greg Jeffries, hit a 3-run homer as 8.
Well, he can hit.
Yes, he can. Another fastball, a little late, and then the count 1-2. And checking some National League action, Fighting Fish over the Buccos 5-2 down in Florida. 6-0. Ran over Cincinnati, and bottom of the ninth at Shea. Phillies shutting them out. And there you see Cardinals hammering the Expos 11-0 fifth inning.
No, 1991 at St. Louis, Jose hit 305. My goodness, he put together a couple of great years for those guys. 77 runs batted in that year.
One hopper, Big Frank's got it. And that'll retire the side. Nothing across, 2-out single by Lean. After 5, 1-0 Sox. Our Southwest Airlines scoreboard shows 1-0 Sox here in the top of the 6th inning. Big Frank Thomas to lead it off. Takes the changeup low. And Wimpy just got a message here that Darren Johnson and the U.S. Air Force over in Turkey. They're watching the game over there tonight at Incirlik Air Base. And wants to say hi to everybody. He and Kelly are okay. All right, Darren.
That's great. All right.
Here's a 2-0 pitch to the Big Hurt. Good strike on the outside corner. Fastball. Frank is singled off the leg, the shin, I should say, of Haney. And then he's flied to center field. Final now from Shea Stadium. Phillies shut out the Mets 3-0. Phillies just continue to roll.
That strike zone floating around a little bit right now. That was a high strike by Al Clark. Had been calling that pitch early on.
Change up off the glove, deflected over to Gagne, and he'll make the play. And the base hit taken away on a good deflection by Haney.
Well, Haney gets himself in pretty good fielding position once he releases the ball, so he's going to be an asset to himself, especially on his artificial surface. He becomes the 5th infielder when he releases. See, right there, he's pretty well squared up, makes that lunge, and that's an easy play for Greg Gagne.
That'll bring up Ellis Burks. He's 1 for 2. Looking at the Phillies, they now have a record of 43-17. 10.5 game lead over the Cardinals. Montreal will fall to 11.5 back. The Cubs 14 back. Wow.
What a year.
Tigers now are going to have a 4-game lead over the Blue Jays. Yankees also losing, so it'll be 5 over New York if Milwaukee hangs on and beats New York. And the Orioles won their 10th in a row as they beat Boston 5-1.
Essentially, the best race is the AL West.
That changeup misses low in the count 2-1.
Not that the teams in the AL West are playing so particularly well. It's just that everybody's bunched. And nobody's playing great.
No. No.
How about Baltimore?
Here's the 3-1 pitch to Ellis. That's out of play right side. 10 in a row. We got over the 500 mark.
Amazing. Well, as soon as I predicted they wouldn't finish 500, they just took off. By the way, I don't care Cal Ripken's hitting 215, but right now he's hitting a hard 215. He's back to his old stance. He's going to hit.
Ball hit hard.
Look at this guy.
Chico Lean is there.
Yeah. Boy, the middle of that infield, I'll tell you, they'll keep you in a lot of ball games. You got to be hitting it out of the ballpark if you want a big lead on the Royals. That's another reason why they're so tough in close ball games. 19-8 in one-run decisions. Chico Lean, Greg Gagne, the defensive infield, up the middle.
Here's Robin. He's 0 for 2. Fouls that fastball. That'll be out of play left side. And a reminder, there is no better place in Chicago to throw a pregame party than in our Kingsford Charcoal patio area. Now, the patio area can accommodate groups of 20 to 1,500 persons. So for more information, just call the Sox sales office at 312-924-1000. Kingsford Charcoal, the surefire. And the Bertucci boy.
They're the best.
Bobby and Bruno. There's a breaking ball strike, and Robin down 0-2. Yeah, some of the fans last night flew in. So they're here to have a little barbecue and brew and watch the Sox win, but unfortunately there's no Bertucci boys here.
Yeah.
That's inside 1 and 2.
Well, there's a drawback to everything, you know.
Yeah, they can't be everywhere. You can only be so many places at one time. Ground ball left side. Gagne in the hole, the effort. Nope. So Robin in that field single.
Boy, it is just tough to get it by these guys. Gagne's just a terrific artificial surface shortstop. You see Robin opening up a bit with that front hip. Doesn't drive the ball hard, but he gets it by Hyatt. And look at Greg Gagne. Still makes a pretty good throw, and Robin just does beat it for that infield single.
So the crowd stirs as Bo Jackson steps in. Bo 0 for 2 tonight. He's popped up to the catcher and struck out. Takes the fastball high. It's 2-0. Give him a thrill, Bo. All right, if you're Bo, what do you sit on right here, Wimpy?
Well, I'd be sitting on fastball the whole time.
Change up. That's what I've been sitting on. He threw a 3-1 last time up with a man on third base.
I couldn't have hit it anyway, so I wouldn't look for it.
Now you get that change up off Haney. You don't want to try to pull it. You want to think right, center, center.
Well,
of course, the strength of Bo Jackson. There's a fastball strike.
Well, if I were hitting off Chris Haney, I'd move way up in front of the plate. Try and take away his best pitch, that changeup, and force him to throw me the fastball. Way up in front of the batter's box, right on top of the plate.
Good concept. The thinking man's hitter.
Of course, I'd have done the same thing off Nolan Ryan.
Fastball up out of the strike zone. That'll retire the side. Nothing across after 5.5. Sox lead it 1-0. Some of the fans. That's pretty fan. Wimpy?
Yes?
Did you just go get something to eat, Wimpy?
No.
Here's Brian McRae leading off the bottom of the 6th. Takes a curveball low from Alex Fernandez. 1-7-0 for the Sox. 0-4-0 for Kansas City. Brian 1 for 2, a double. That was back in the first inning. He got the head out there. Gee.
Tough to pull a ball that far, foul. You see the AL hit leaders. John Olerud 82, Molitor is 81. Brian McRae with 74, and Kenny Lofton, that great young center fielder from Cleveland, has 71.
Fastball upstairs, 2-1 to count. Jammed him. Craig Grayback. And the lead man down. And a reminder, you can have a picnic dinner on the Comiskey Park outfield. Mingle with all the Sox players and enjoy a private fireworks show on June 23rd at Picnic in the Park to benefit Chicago White Sox charities. Also bid on special memorabilia and autographed items such as jerseys from Bo, Big Frank, and Scottie Pippen. Also the chance to throw out the first pitch before a Sox game. Tickets are $150. They are tax deductible. And just dial 312-451-5398 for information and reservations. And that's going to be a very special night. A lot of fun on June 23rd. 1-0 pitch to George Brett. George is grounded to Grayback and grounded hard to Ozzie tonight. Three and 0 the count. Better have a little something on it. On the outside corner. That's ball 4. So the second walk issued by Alex. And we'll check out our upcoming schedule for you right here over WGN. Our next game will be Tuesday from the Coliseum at Oakland, 9 o'clock Chicago time. Then Friday and Saturday from the Big A in Anaheim against the Halos, and Monday, June 21st against the Rangers from home. Of course, we'll have the dugout show for you on June 21st. Here's Wally Joyner. Wally is fly to center, and he's fly to right. Good fastball. "30 years old, still looks like he's about 18, doesn't he?"
He sure does.
A little bit low, says Al Clark. 1-1 to count. He joined us late, only scoring in this ball game. First inning leadoff hitter Tim Raines, 7th homer. Got the foul pole down the left field line. Brett, a pretty good lead. Fastball popped up left side. Ventura makes the call and has the ball.
Well, the Sox have really had success with good fastballs to Joyner upstairs throughout the season. They've gotten in trouble with breaking balls and fastballs down. Wally can hook those pitches right there. It's a good heater up from Alex Fernandez.
So with 2 outs, that'll bring up the catcher, Mike McFarland. Mike has walked, and he was hit by a pitch. Outfield playing him to hook slightly. There's a fastball, fouls, right side, and out of play. 2 rows back. And again, it'll be Jason Bray tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 in a finale. against Kevin Apier. All right, let's see what he wants to do here. Shook him off. Right on the outside corner, a beauty. Ouch.
Ooh,
boy, that
boy.
was nasty.
Good hard slider right there. Not too many folks are going to hit that one.
There goes Brett. It's academic as McFarland strikes out. So nothing across for the Royals. And after 6, Alex with a 1-0 lead.
1-0 White Sox, top of the 7th inning here at Royal Stadium in Kansas City. A full house here on hand. They haven't really had a whole lot to cheer about except the great defense at the middle infield has played for Kansas City, plus the real fine pitching of left-hander Chris Haney. White Sox put a point on the board in the first inning, and that has been it for the scoring. Tim Raines led this thing off with a solo homer off the foul pole in left field. And that is the damage in this one. Lance Johnson leads off for the Sox in the 7th. He fouls a fastball off. Some bad hands right there. Knocks it back into the lower deck. So a guy coming up with a hot dog just gets himself a souvenir, too, right in the aisle. Good pitch right at the knees. So Lance, who has dipped below 300, hitting at 299 as he stands in there. 0 for 2 on the evening. Breaking ball outside, 1-2. Uh-oh. Tom Flash Gordon. Excellent curveball warming up for the Royals. There's a drive in the center field. Brian McRae in his tracks. Puts it away. Lance hit it hard, but a hang with him.
And a reminder that Sunday, June 27th at 1:35, the Sox host Sweet Lou's Seattle Mariners. And all kids will receive a White Sox cap courtesy of all the good folks at Coca-Cola. So for tickets, just dial Ticketmaster 312-831-1-SOX.
Ron Karkovice, the hitter. Kark with 2 for 2 evening going. 2 singles, 1 a bunt hit. And he hit one up the middle. Sox with 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. Kansas City, no runs, 4 hits, and no errors against Alex Fernandez. Ooh, fouled off his shin. And the White Sox bullpen. I think these guys are just getting some throwing. And there's Bobby Thigpen. Well, Don Paul is on the right. Dewey Robinson in the middle of your screen. Alex working another outstanding ball game, the young right-hander. Doesn't look like he needs any relief. There's a curveball up high. 2-1 the Kark. Kark has raised that batting average to 261. Very respectable. 9 homers, 28 driven in. Change up nubbed. Right side. Count even at 2. Ooh, got a good pitch to hit on the fastball, and he fouls it back. So the White Sox coming into this ball game tonight, a game and a half behind Kansas City in the race for the top spot in the AL West. Oh, good heater. He froze him. A 4-seamer right there. He put a little extra on that one, and Karkovice goes down.
Location got him.
So with 2 down, Ozzie Guillen coming up. Let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Back at Kansas City with the Hawk Ken Harrelson. This is the Duke. Need I say more?
Duke. Duke is behind.
All right.
Marion.
Ozzie turns on this one, fouls it right side.
Wimpy, you just can't believe all the cards and letters I've been getting saying, please don't let Wimpy change his nickname to Duke.
That's fine.
Phone calls, I mean, it's been pouring in.
Yeah, right. Show me some of them, these messages and letters.
All right.
I got my guys out there. Curveball. Wally Joyner, a little bobble, but he'll take it himself. And the pride of Stone Mountain, Georgia ends it as we go to the 7th inning stretch. It's still 1-0 good guys in black.
All right, now let's check out our Miller Lite Major League scoreboard. There you see Orioles won their 10th in a row as they beat the Carmines 5-1 at Fenway Park. 12-1 Tigers hammering the Blue Jays in Detroit 8th inning. 7-0 Milwaukee now leading the Yankees. Bottom of the 5th at County Stadium. 6-2 Twinkies over Oakland. 5-3 Texas over the Cleveland Indians 3rd inning. And later on the Mariners take on the California Angels at the Big A in Anaheim.
So Alex Fernandez going to work here in the bottom of the 7th inning, trying to hold on to that 1-0 lead. He'll have Chris Gwynn, Greg Gagne, and Phil Hyatt. First 3 hitters here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Alex has given up just 4 hits. Been dazzling. Curveball misses the outside corner. A couple of rough spots in this ball game, but Alex has been able to pitch out of them. Royals have stranded 5 through 6 innings. Curveball, good one at the knees. Gwynn had a solid single in the 2nd inning, hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the 4th. He's hitting .317, so he's off to a good start this year. Fastball, he fouls that one off left side. Oh, nice to see this many people here at the ballpark, because I know the Royals, like the White Sox, not drawing real well at the start of this season. Not too many empty seats here tonight.
Well, they tell us, as we've talked about last night, the weather here has just been comparable to the weather we've had in Chicago. It's been brutal.
The Royals averaging just over 22,000. Fastball up and away. Like the Sox, they've been drawing better on the road. Sox attendance up at home to 27,000, almost 28,000, drawing almost 29 on the road. Here's the 2-2 to Gwynn. Just a bit upstairs. So the payoff pitch coming up. That leadoff man so critical in this ball game right now. Fastball a little tardy, fouls it off left side, upper deck. And a nice one-handed grab by a fan upstairs. The happy camper. Piece of cake. Coming inside, fastball. He pops it up left side. Tim Raines, not a whole lot of foul ground over there. Come on back. First row. Yeah, Timmy went as far as he could, but not a whole lot of foul ground here in Kansas City. Yeah, there you see, once you get around to that foul pole, not a whole lot. There's a lot of room in fairground here. You got to have a fast outfield to play here effectively, and that's what the White Sox have out there tonight. A good defensive alignment with Raines, Lance Johnson, Ellis Burks. Jam sandwich in the shallow center field. Here comes Lance. Oh my, he must have lost that one. It bounced in front of him. The throw to second as Gwynn gets in there safely.
This ball's got plenty of hang time. It's just be obviously a little miscommunication here. Somebody's got to put this one in their back pocket. They just keep looking at each other, and boing. Leadoff double.
It looks like Lance has got to take charge on that one. Isaac Guillen going back. That's a tough play for the shortstop, but that ball, as you mentioned, Hawk, had plenty of hang time, so Alex really has to do some pitching here as Gagne fouls off the first pitch fastball.
Oh, that's too bad right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a fly ball. Ate him up with a good fastball on the inside.
What do you mean? Okay. Here's the 0-1 to Gagne. He drops the bunt down. A good one. Fernandez bare hands and the throw to Frank Thomas. Sacrifice is good.
As Phil Hyatt steps in, let's check out our Miller Lite National League scoreboard. There you see the Giants over the Cubs at Candlestick 5-4, 5-2. Fighting Fish over Pittsburgh. That's the final. 6-0. Atlanta shutting out Cincinnati. Final from Shea Stadium. Philadelphia shuts out the Mets 3-0. 11-0. Cardinals over Montreal. There you see there. Astros leading the Rockies 1-0. Later on the Dodgers at San Diego.
Well, here's the big batter of the game right now for the Sox, Phil Hyatt. There's a strike. Good fastball, belt high. Hyatt 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Well, Alex will be looking to do the same thing right here. White Sox infield is in. Fastball, another one at the knees. He painted him right there. And Phil Hyatt looks a little confused at the plate. They got a big hit the other night against New York and Jim Abbott to win a ball game, but tonight it's like he's really in between.
Well, right here, Alex just does not want to make a mistake with a breaking ball at all.
Ooh. Upstairs. Well, that was outside, that is. 1-2. Hyatt with that big power. 5 homers, 30 runs batted in. Hitting at 240 as you look at Chris Gwynn, the runner at third. 1 out, 1-0 Sox. Fastball, he just got a piece of it. Chico Lind is on deck. Lind is 2 for 2 in this ball game. Sox are pretty much straight away in the outfield. Here's the 1-2. Drop down. Got him. Fastball outside corner and the hat trick for Hyatt. Certainly a huge strikeout for Alex Fernandez.
Well, he just kept the specter of the breaking ball in the mind of Phil Hyatt. Fed him nothing but gas. Besides the drop down, the location was just outstanding.
Yeah. That's a tough at bat for the youngster. Stuff happens. Here's Lean, though. It's not over with. Fastball outside corner. Alex dealing. Going for that heater when the chips are down. And we've said it so many times, when he got in trouble in the past, he went to the breaking ball. That's not what got him here. Slider misses downstairs. So Lean, a couple of base hits. First 2 he's gotten against the White Sox this season. Sox are playing him swung around to right field. Huge gap between Tim Raines and Lance Johnson in left center. Felix Jose is on deck. 2 out, runner at third. Fastball in the right field. Ellis Burke's coming on. He can't get there. He just flipped it over the infield. And we are tied at 1. Lordy.
Not a whole bunch to it. Good pitch outside corner. Just a little duck snort.
Well, if he hits that on the barrel of the bat at the fly ball to right field, he just happened to hit it off the end, right off the tip, and he got lucky. There's a drive to center field. Lance Johnson puts it away, and that'll do it. But the Royals come up with 1 run on 2 hits, and after 7 innings from Kansas City, we're tied at 1.
Right now, let's check out tonight's game summary, delivered by all the good folks at the U.S. Postal Service. There you see Tim Raines leadoff homer. 1-0 Sox. And Chris Haney with 5 strikeouts and a 1-1 tie. So a tough break for young Alex Fernandez. Fly ball off the bat of Chris Gwynn. Fell in for the leadoff double. Looked like he was going to get out of it before the little duck snort by Jose Lean tied it up. 0-1 the count to Raines. He joined us late. That home run by Tim Raines right down the left field line, getting the foul pole about 2/3 of the way up. Breaking ball, backdoored and dropped it over the outside corner. And a count 0-2. Final from Atlanta. Braves beat the Reds 7-2 at Fulton County Stadium. Change up. And you see Flash Gordon still throwing for the Royals down in the pen. And as Wimpy mentioned, boy, he's got good stuff. Great curveball. 2-2 the count to Rock. Graybeck on deck and big Frank Thomas in the hole.
30.
There's a curveball hit to Gagne. So the lead man down. Probably heard in the background the attendance tonight, 38,918. As now here comes the skipper, Hal McRae, out of the dugout. Is he taking a hook walk? It appears to be.
Yeah.
So indeed, he is going to make a pitching change here. As young Chris Haney has really been outstanding for the second time in a row against the Sox. He will depart. Gordon will come on. We'll be back to give you Flash's numbers right after this.
Bottom of the... Actually, it's the top of the 8th inning here at Kansas City. 1 out. A pitching change. Chris Haney did a wonderful job for Kansas City. He leaves with a 1-1 tie, 5 strikeouts, giving up 7 hits. And Tom Flash Gordon, 5'9", 180-pounder from Sebring, Florida, 3-1 on the season. He's got good numbers, though. 29 hits allowed in 39 1/3 innings. Walked 26. That's his major problem, but he can punch you out. 41 strikeouts on the season. He last appeared against the Yankees on the 9th. So Gordon on, and he has got an exceptional curveball. He can overpower you with the fastball. When he throws that high fastball and then he comes back with the curveball, he can be really tough both on right and left-handed hitters.
So the youngster Chris Haney in the middle of your screen, and as Wimpy mentioned, just did an outstanding job. 7 1/3, the 1 run, 7 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts. So we're going to have a pinch hitter for Craig Graybeck. It'll be Joey Cora. Graybeck was 1 for 3 in the ball game, had a base hit back in the 3rd. Good fastball from Gordon. Well, this young man, as we talk about stuff, he's got good stuff. I think he's got the best curveball in the league.
Yeah. He changes speeds on it, so he's got about 3 or 4 different breaking pitches.
Another fastball, quickly 0-2 the count. Well, he could throw nothing but curveballs and still be a power pitcher. That's how devastating that hook is. That's up high.
I think a lot of guys make a mistake on Gordon and go up there looking for a pitch that they can't hit anyway, the curveball. He'll fall behind in the count and have to give you a fastball, dial it up, and try and hit that. Oh, boy.
Ball gets away from McFarland, but he'll recover and throw him out, 2 gone. So with 2 out, that'll bring up Frank Thomas. Frank 1 for 3, had a solid shot off the shin of Chris Haney in the 1st inning. The ball hit hard. Gagne sucks it up. Look at this man play some shortstop. He cannot throw him out. That'll be a base hit for Big Frank.
Oh, he had just a little bit of trouble getting the ball out of his glove, and Frank was getting down that line in a hurry. The pitch is outside, so Frank had his momentum going towards first base anyway. And look at Gagne. One little move right there, kind of a little stutter step, trying to get it out, and that was good enough for Frank Thomas to beat it. Good try, though. Wow.
Excellent try. Here's Ellis Burks. Ellis 1 for 3, shot a single right back through the middle, leading off the fourth. Curveball strike. Tom Gordon's got a curveball. When he's right out there, just goes straight down. And he can throw it very hard. Just unbelievable how many revolutions he gets on that pitch.
Yeah. Oh, boy. You know, he can even throw it upstairs, too. I've seen him get a lot of, jam sandwiches with the high curveball. As you said, he can be a power pitcher with just that one pitch, the curve.
No balls, 2 strikes to Burks. Set by Gordon. Now Burks calls time. So a little gamesmanship going on between Gordon and Burks.
Well, he's just trying to hold Frank over there. Frank's got about a 1.5 lead at first. If Frank dives back to the bag, he'll hit Manzolino, the first base coach.
There's the fastball. Just did get a piece of it. So McFarland going over into the Kansas City dugout for a sign. Looks like they want the hook. A ball and 2 strikes. Robin Ventura on deck if Ellis can get aboard. The old equalizer. Down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, but Wimpy, what you said a while ago is so true. If you go up there looking for Gordon's hook, why look for something you can't handle?
Yeah. If he hits in the right spot, you're not going to hit it anyway. You might as well go up there thinking about something that you can hit, which would be his fastball. In all likelihood, you're going to get one at least in an at-bat.
Here it comes. Off in a bad little looper to left field. Felix Jose playing very deep. He will not be able to get there. As now they're going to hold Big Frank at third base on a great throw in from Felix Jose, so a double by Burks.
Little Massey would have been nice there, but Felix Jose played that ball very nicely. Had a long way to go, got the ball, and made a very good crisp throw home. Would have nailed Frank by a big margin. So let's see what they decide to do with Robin Ventura. I'm betting with first base open. They're going to put him on. Another look, fastball out over the plate, or actually on the outside corner. Just flicked it over the infield. And Jose recovers very nicely right there. Gets himself into good throwing position and fires a bullet home.
Well, as you mentioned, Wimpy, he played the ball extremely well. He did not get caught too close to it. If he does and there's a bobble at all, Big Frank could score. But he knew with his arm, if he just held his ground, laid back a little bit, took it on the first hop, no chance for Thomas.
They're going to pitch to him.
They're going to try to let Robin get himself out in this situation.
Yeah. Well, Gordon has walked a lot of guys now. He strikes out a bunch, but his ratio walks to innings pitched is like a lot.
That curveball misses, and the count 2-0. Gordon wanted that pitch. Now some barking out from the Royal dugout to Al Clark, who said the ball was inside. Bo Jackson on deck. Gets that one over in the count 2-1. 1-9-0 for the Sox, 1-6-0 for Kansas City. Ball hit hard into center field. Brian McRae, good jump, going back. He's there and makes the catch. So the Sox threaten here in the top of the 8th, but can't score. After 7.5, tied at 1. One tie here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brian McRae to lead it off. It'll be the heart of the Kansas City order. McRae, Brett, and Wally Joyner. There's Joey Coro. He remains in the ball game at second base. Alex, a little too hopper to him. Underneath, shovel over to Big Frank. Big out. Double-barreled activity for the Sox in their pen. Jeff Schwartz and Scott Radinsky. So that'll bring up George Brett. George 0 for 2. He also has walked. Fastball outside corner. Outfield shading him to the left. They're spread out. Fastball, a little tardy. And a reminder, June 22nd, the Sox host the Texas Rangers at 7:05, and all fans in attendance that evening will receive a special Carlton Fisk montage, courtesy of Nike Town. So for tickets, just dial Ticketmaster 312-831-1SOX. 0-2 pitch. Some activity down in the Kansas City pen. Gulp. Jeff Montgomery with 19 saves. Chopper, that's trouble. Cora, no chance.
Well, you see George way out in front. He opened up that front hip on the outside pitch, so he just flicks his bat at the ball. He just got lucky. Joey Cora, the high hopper. Not many guys are not going to beat that one out.
Here's the first baseman, Wally Joyner. Fly to center, fly to right, and he's popped up to Ventura. Alex wanted it, didn't get it. And the count 1-0. And that stat of the Kansas City Royals, very impressive, 19-8 in one-run ball games. 2-0 the count to Joyner. Sox, on the other hand, are 8-7 in one-run games. Three and 0. Mike McFarland on deck. Chris Gwynn in the hole. As there's a strike on the inside corner. Big Frank steps on the bag, goes to second in time. Double play, yes. 3-6 twin killing, third double play of the evening. And that'll do it for the Royals here in the 8th. They'll go to the 9th tied at 1. Starting that double play, the 3-6 on the shot by Wally Joyner, and here's another look at it. Just makes a perfect throw to Ozzie, and once again, CarX puts the brakes on cancer with a $100 donation to Chicago White Sox charities for every Sox twin killing. We talk about the most improved defensive player in the league, Frank Thomas.
You know, and George Brett made that throw difficult because George, knowing where the angle was coming from, was coming to the inside part of the bag, and he still made a good throw to Ozzie Guillen.
Dan Pasqua will hit for Bo Jackson. Takes the fastball outside. Danny hitting at .217, 3 homers. He's knocked in 13. Fastball off the plate, so he's in good shape at 2-0. Lance Johnson on deck, and Ron Karkovice in the hole. Sox with a run in the first. Kansas City a run in the 7th. Good hack by Pasqua. And there's the 40-year-old veteran, proud papa of young Jackson Brett. How old is Jackson? 3 months?
3 months.
There's a chopper. Fair ball to Wally Joyner. Gordon's over there. And that's out number 1. So a big man out for Kansas City. And here comes Lance. Lance is grounded to third, popped to short, and he's lined hard to McRae in center. Outfield bunched and swung well around to the left. Curveball misses. In case you're looking to Kansas City's night, McFarland, Gwynn, and Gagne, the scheduled hitters. Free hopper to Gagne on the run. Two quick out, and that'll bring up Ron Karkovice. Kark's 2 for 3 tonight, a bunt single. That was leading off the 3rd. Then he singled up the middle in the 5th. Gas.
Come on, Kark, take him out of here. He hits those tough right-handers as good as anybody in this lineup.
One the count. No activity in the Sox pen. Montgomery still throwing for Kansas City in their pen. Bill Hyatt, 2 hopper. Long peg in time. 1, 2, 3 for Gordon. Nothing across for the Sox. They'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Tied at 1. It's the bottom of the 9th inning in a 1-1 tie. So you look at the Sox and how they defend the Kansas City hitters. But right here, there's the tail of the tape. 1-9-0 for the good guys, 1-7-0 for the Royals, and for Kansas City, Mike McFarland will lead it off. Then the left fielder, Chris Gwynn, and the shortstop, Greg Gagne. Mike 0 for 1 tonight. He's walked, was hit by a pitch, and struck out. Fastball hit high in the center field. Lance Johnson. So 1 pitch, 1 out. And that's a nice.
It looked like McFarland was going to try and end this thing. He was going to hit it on the freeway right there, but that was a high fastball. McFarland definitely a low fastball hitter.
That'll bring up the left fielder, Chris Gwynn. He's 2 for 3, but last time up, leading off the 7th, hit a high fly ball into left center field that dropped in between Ozzie and Lance Johnson, and he scored. That was a tough break. 2-0 the count. Checking some scores for you. Baltimore beat Boston 5-1 at Fenway. Tigers hammered the Blue Jays 12-1 in Detroit. 8-0. Milwaukee shutting out the Yankees. Bottom of the 7th at County Stadium. 7-2. Minnesota leading Oakland. Bottom of the 7th in Minneapolis. Texas 6. Cleveland 4. Top of the 5th at Arlington Stadium. And no score. Seattle at California. Bottom of the 2nd. That young man has just been magnificent tonight. A fastball popped up. Robin Ventura over in front of the Sox dugout has room and the ball. So 2 out here in the Royal ninth. And that'll bring up Gagne. Hit into double play, popped a second, had a sacrifice bunt. Sox, if you joined us late, have turned 3 double plays tonight in the 2nd, 4th, and 8th innings. Fastball. So it was blackjack last evening.
Well, not over yet.
And Alex tonight. And that's into right field. Ellis Burks is there. He'll make the catch. And a 1-2-3 ninth for Alex. Extra innings here at Royal Stadium, tied at 1. Top of the 10th inning. And a game tied at 1. And a pitching change for Kansas City. It'll be their stopper, their stud, Jeff Montgomery. Wimpy.
He's a good one. He's got 4 quality pitches, and look at his numbers. 2-2 with a 2.29 earned run average in 28 games. 19 saves. That'll lead the world. 35 1/3 innings, just 27 hits allowed. He's got good control. 11 walks, 27 strikeouts. So Montgomery, in relief of Tom Flash Gordon, appeared last on the 9th against the Yankees. 1 inning. He struck out 2, gave up nada. 5'11", 180-pounder. He's 31 years old. From Wellston, Ohio. Lives in Cincinnati. And he can pitch. Tom Gordon, little guy, was 5'9", 180 pounds. So these Royal relievers, good things come in small packages. There's Hal McRae, the skipper. Boy, what a great pitch ball game. This game actually should be over, though. White Sox behind Alex Fernandez. That fluke run the Royals got in the 7th inning, but you got to battle back in overtime. Sox are 2-1 in extra inning ball games. The Royals are 3-2. Ozzie Guillen takes a good curveball for a strike. Ozzie 0 for 1 tonight. Had a sacrifice his last time up. Actually, he's got 2 sacrifice bunts on tonight. Fastball away. Well, there is activity for the White Sox in the bullpen. That's Roberto Hernandez. We'll see if Alex Fernandez goes out there in the bottom of the 10th inning. Sox need a point now. Royals guarding the lines on defense, 1st and 3rd. There's a chopper, high hop to Montgomery, and he has enough time to throw out Guillen. So 1 up, 1 down. That very crucial first out in the top of the 10th. You look at the flamethrower. The ace of the White Sox staff is the bullpen, that is, Roberto Hernandez, warming up in left field. Royals have their stud out there right now in Jeff Montgomery. And the top of the order, Tim Raines. Rock led this thing off with a homer, and that was it for the White Sox offense tonight. 9 hits, haven't been able to push across another run. Shot in the left center field. Brian McRae on his horse, and what a jump he gets out there. Lord have mercy. Just a bullet, but good defense once again wins out.
Oh, I guess the Bo Jackson talking out.
Well, he smokes this one. And Brian McRae, boy, he gets a super jump out there in center field. Hey, one thing about this ballpark, you see the ball great at the plate, but in the outfield, the ball comes at you like a shadow. It's not the easiest place in the world to play defense. And here's Joey Cora with 2 out. Joey struck out in the 8th inning. Pinch hitting for Graybeck. There's a ground ball. Jose Lynn diving to his left from his knees, throws him out. So 1-2-3 inning for Montgomery. We go to the bottom of the 10th, still tied at 1.
Stadium tonight, and they have seen some great pitching on both sides. Sox with a run into first on Tim Raines' 7th homer of the year. And then the Royals in the 7th inning coming up with somewhat of a tainted run off Alex Fernandez. A high fly ball that fell in between Ozzie and Lance Johnson off the bat of Chris Gwynn. And that has been all she wrote. Pitching has dominated. For Kansas City here in the 10th, it'll be Phil Hyatt. Jose Lean in the top of the order, Felix Jose. Hyatt tonight has had a tough evening off Alex. 0 for 3 with a hat trick.
And those aren't goals.
But make no mistake about it, he's got some pop. Now field straight up. Breaking ball low and away. Wind still blowing from right to left. The count to Hyatt. Sox 2-1 in extra innings. Royals 3-2. Yes, good fastball. And it's 1-2. Alex still pumping. And he's gone for the 4th time. Alex with 5 strikeouts, and Hyatt has 4 of them. That'll bring up Chico Leon, who drove in the only Kansas City run in the 7th inning. Right off the end of the bat, fastball from Alex, outside corner. Just a little flare in the right field, and Ellis Burks, who was playing pretty deep in that situation, could not get. He is 3 for 3 on the night. Popped up right side. Burks is there. 2 gone.
The right fielder, Jose.
If they can get out of this inning, it'll be Frank Thomas, Ellis Burks, and Robin Ventura for the Sox. Here's the right fielder, Felix Jose. Grounded to second, grounded to first, twice. And he's flying to center. Outfield playing him around to the right. Checked it left. There's a breaking ball strike. Bit of a gap in right center for Jose. Fastball late. Indians have come back to take a 9-6 lead over the Rangers. That game in the top of the 5th inning at Arlington. No score. Seattle at California, top of the 4th. Minnesota 7, Oakland 2, bottom of the 8th in the Twin Cities. 9-0. Milwaukee shutting out the Yankees, top of the 9th at County Stadium. Gas on the outside corner. 1, 2, 3 for Alex. After 10, tied at 1. Inning as as young Alex Fernandez has thrown 134 pitches through 10. Wimpy, you'd have to think that's probably going to be it for him.
Well, you would think so. He has just been terrific tonight with those 6 strikeouts, and he threw the ball extremely well in the 10th inning. But we'll see. Well, what a great pitchers duel we've seen tonight. Chris Haney was very good for the Royals. The White Sox had a couple opportunities early on to put some points on the board. Weren't able to do it. Haney really settled in and was tough to get to after that. And Tom Gordon, he's tough. Now we can get rid of Montgomery in a couple innings here.
Well, we got the heart of the order coming up. Frank Thomas, Ellis Burks, and Robin Ventura. And here's Big Frank. He's 2 for 4. Frank looking first ball fastball. He's trying to put that one on the westbound lane of I-70, Wimpy.
Well, if anybody can do it, he can.
Outfield straight up there bunched. Ooh. Got the fastball there, and quickly the count 0-2.
Oh, heck, I'll take a shot on the eastbound lane. That's even shorter.
Yeah. Check some National League scores for you. Giants beat the Cubs 5-4. 5-2, Fighting Fish over the Pirates. 7-2, Atlanta over Cincinnati. Philadelphia shut out the Mets 3-0 at Shea. 13-3, the Cardinals hammered the Expos in St. Louis. Houston leading Colorado 8-4, bottom of the 5th at Mile High, and the Padres won. Dodgers 0, bottom of the 3rd at Jack Murphy. Frank fouls the breaking ball off. Veteran right-hander Jeff Montgomery.
Yeah, he's got good stuff. 0-2 on Frank Thomas. He wants a fastball away. Gives it just a couple inches outside. Frank just kind of waves at it.
So here's Burks. He's 2 for 4. A single in the 4th, and he doubled in the 8th. Fouls it off his foot. Finale of this 3-game set. Tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. Jason Beret against Kevin Apier. And then the Sox will board their charter, head on out to the Coliseum in Oakland for a 4-game set with the A's. On Monday, it'll be Kirk McCaskill against Kurt Young. On Tuesday, Wilson Alvarez against Bob Welch. Wednesday, Black Jack against Ron Darling. As Ellis fakes the bunt, takes the strike, and the count 0-2. And in the finale, Alex will tee it up against Bobby Witt. As you look at Scott Radinsky down in the Sox pen. No-2 breaking ball. All these good relievers, they are 0-1, 0-2 in a hurry.
Boy, aren't they? Whew. Boy, Montgomery really showing his stuff for this season with those 19 saves. Not overpowering, but he has got exceptional control of all 4 pitches.
Ellis rips that one foul. Well, anytime you got a guy with 4 pitches who gets him over, he's going to be tougher than the guy who's got 3 pitches who gets him over.
Yeah.
And right on down the line. Those 4-pitch pitchers who can get him over, they're usually your good ones.
Wow.
2 out. So with 2 out here in the top of the 11th inning, let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago. America's #1 sports station.
Along with the Duke.
Yeah.
You like that, huh?
Sounds good.
Tom Paciorek, this is Ken Harrelson from Royal Stadium as Robin Ventura takes a fastball strike. Robin, 1 for 4 on the evening. Fouls that one away. Robin has flied to left, bounced out 3-1, had an infield single, and flied deep to right center field. Check that, left center field. Brian McRae making the catch. And a reminder that immediately following our game tonight, there will be a late edition of the 9 o'clock news. Here's the 0-2. The key there was here's the 0-2.
Yeah. 0-2 on all 3 of these hitters. These are the 3, 4, and 5 guys in the Sox lineup. They're the ones that are supposed to do the damage.
Montgomery strikes out the side here in the 11th. Nothing across. Game tied at 1. First call to the bullpen is for the southpaw Scott Radinsky.
Well, what a shame Alex Fernandez couldn't get a victory here tonight, but he was brilliant in 10 innings, giving up 7 hits, striking out 6, giving up the 1 run. And here's Scott. Rad is 2-0 with a 5.45 earned run average in 27 appearances. Has 1 save to his credit, giving up 29 hits in 23 in the 3rd innings. 7 walks, 18 strikeouts. He'll be facing Brian McRae, George Brett, and Wally Joyner. McRae will hit right-handed. He's a switch hitter. And Brett and Joyner, of course, are lefties.
So here we go, bottom of the 11th. And McRae, a double in the first. He flied to left. He's popped to second. And he's bounced back to Alex. Fastball high. What a job by Alex Fernandez. Wow. Threw 134 pitches in the 10 innings, giving up just that 1 tainted run. There's a strike. 7 hits, 2 walks, had 6 punch-outs. Retired the side in order in the 9th and 10th innings. Two and 1 the count. Yes, he did, says Dan Morrison at first. Big break right there for Rad.
Oh, boy.
A lot of difference with Scott Radinsky out there, 2-2 versus 3-1. Especially bottom of the 11th, leadoff hitter.
Oh, boy.
So there's Papa McRae. Just off the corner. Full count to the leadoff hitter.
Well, Brian, a .289 hitter right-handed this year, coming into this ball game, is hitting .321 from the left side.
Rips out, gets foul.
Oh,
it is.
Boy.
Whoa, just foul by inches.
Man, he hammered that one. That was extra bases for sure. Woo! I think it was fouled by a couple of inches. He got the head out this time on this Radinsky fastball. Bang! How close? Wow.
Tell you, that was even a little further foul than it looked originally.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe a foot or two.
Ventura cannot get there. So the leadoff man aboard. Good speed in McRae. He has 13 stolen bases and 19 attempts.
Well, the Sox were guarding the line right there. Robin not able to get over there, and the ball had tremendous topspin. That was a good at-bat for McRae. Got through the hole in a hurry. See the leg kick. He got the contact out front. Robin guarding the line. Just not able to get there. Watch, that ball just takes off through that hole. A lot of topspin. So George Brett, the hitter, And I know George hasn't, what is he, 0 for 12, I believe, in his career against Radinsky. Will he bunt?
But that's in the past and right now. Would you bunt him if you were McRae?
No.
I would. He's 1 for 3 tonight.
Well, George hasn't been called upon to bunt too many times during his illustrious career.
Rips that one into right center field. Ellis Burks is there fighting the light. Makes the catch. And that's a big out.
Whew. Well, that could have been a gapper to end the ball game right there. I tell you what, you just don't see the ball well in the outfield here. You got to get used to it.
We have seen that's about the 5th ball hit to the outfield tonight. So we've seen these guys fighting.
Yeah. Even high fly balls. Lance just doesn't look right out there. And you get a shadow coming at you. It really is a lot different from other ballparks playing the outfield here.
Wally Joyner takes the fastball strike. He's 0 for 4. We mentioned the good speed of Brian McRae. He takes off. There's a shot in the center field. Lance Johnson is there. Makes the catch. Now he throws to first. They're going to double up McRae. Yes. So that'll do it for the Royals here in the bottom of the 11th inning as they hang out some ropes. Meanwhile, game tied at 1.
Tie, top of the 12th, and let's take a look at the double play that ended the last inning. A shot. McRae is in motion. Lance Johnson there to make the catch. The throw to Frank Thomas. He puts the tag on first base, and CarX puts the brakes on cancer with a $100 donation to Chicago White Sox charities for every White Sox double play. 4 double plays turned by the Sox tonight, so that's good. Good news for the charities. As we go to the 12th inning, let's get Montgomery out of here. Doesn't he get tired? He punched out the side in the 11th. Here's Danny Pasqua. Fastball up high. So Montgomery, the 3rd Kansas City pitcher to work here tonight. Sox with 9 hits, the Royals with 8. Outside, White Sox got a break last inning. Every ball was hit hard against Radinsky. The base hit by McRae and the line out by Brett, and then the line drive double play from the bat of Wally Joyner. 2-0 pitch coming up to Danny. He smokes it in the right field, deep, way back to the wall. It's Jose. He's camped and makes the catch. Oh, Lordy, I thought he had that one. Right at the 385 sign. Wow. Early in the ball game would have probably been out of here. The ball carries much better in the early evening and, of course, in the afternoon. Gosh, I thought he had this one. Made the contact out front. Jose to the wall, touches it, and then comes back and makes the play. Needed a couple more feet. 1 down. Lance Johnson hits this one foul right side. Oh, I thought Pasqua had it.
Come on, Wimpy, get us a run.
I tried. Boy, Danny, he just can't catch a break. So Lance Johnson, the 0-1 pitch. Ooh, breaking ball. Tried to backdoor him with the slider. Misses. 1-1. Lance is 0 for 4 tonight. He's down to 296 in average. Good time to break out right here. Breaking ball, ground ball, right side. Chico Lins. What new? 2 down. Let's see now. Monty is in his 3rd inning of work. Now he's supposed to be your closer. He's not supposed to work more than an inning. Doesn't the Royals? Don't the Royals know that?
Well, if we could write the script, we'd love to see him go 1 more inning and us win it in the top of the 13th. That way, well, he's not going to work tomorrow anyway.
That's right. Yeah, he's not going to pitch tomorrow. McRae's going for it all right now with Karkovice. Hit this one in the air off the end of the bat. Chris Gwynn towards the line is in foul ground and makes the catch. So another 1-2-3 inning for the General. Going to the bottom of the 10th, 12th that is. We're tied at 1.
Well, what a ball game tonight. Game tied at 1, bottom of the 12th inning. We have seen some outstanding pitching from both sides. Alex Fernandez went 10 innings if you joined us late. It's the first time a Sox pitcher has gone 10 innings since back in May of 1991 when Greg Hibbert did it against Milwaukee. But right here we have a pitching change. Right-hander Jeff Schwartz, Wimpy.
Well, the hard-throwing right-hander, 29-year-old rookie, is 0-1 with a very good 2.25 ERA in 15 ball games. Jeff hasn't saved any yet. 20 innings, giving up just 12 hits, 10 walks, 16 strikeouts. So he's been a godsend. He has pitched very well. His last appearance was against the Tigers on the 8th. Pitched 4 innings. He was great. Struck out 5, but he did give up the home run to Lou Whitaker, and he was the losing pitcher in that ball game. So he works in relief of Scott Radinsky, who worked an inning, gave up a hit. And we're in the bottom of the 12th. Let's see who's hitting. Mike McFarland, Chris Gwynn, and Greg Gagne, first 3 hitters to face Jeff Schwartz.
Mike McFarland 0 for 2 tonight. His walk was hit by a pitch, struck out, and he flied to center. The Royals have thrown some leather tonight. Some outstanding defense, and the Sox, ironically, their lone run scored against them was a lapse in defense. The curveball inside to McFarland. They're coming back in the 7th inning when Chris Gwynn hit a high fly ball in the left center field, and it dropped in. For a double, he scored. That's popped up right side. Ellis Burks. So the lead man down. Here's Gwynn. He's 2 for 4. A single in the 2nd. Hit into a double play. Sox have turned 4 double plays tonight. So that's $400 donated to White Sox charities by all the good folks at CarX. Fouls the breaking ball away. Gwynn hitting at .320 as he stands in. No homers, 18 RBIs. .21 to count. Didn't get that one. Final from the Twin Cities Twinkies. Beat the Athletics 7-2. Kirby Puckett had a grand slam home run in that ball game. Boy, he's a player. Wow.
And the Twins are coming on. They're playing some pretty good baseball right now.
Good fastball by Schwartz. And on the 5th, and the count evens at 2. Well, it certainly appears that the American League West race is going to go nip and tuck all year long.
Well, nobody's been consistent all year. The Royals started off horrible. Now they're playing great baseball. And see if they cool off now.
Full count to Gwynn.
Of course, California with that good, exciting team, young team. Anything can happen with those guys. And the White Sox have been the model of inconsistency all season long.
Well, thank goodness for the defense and the pitching.
Oh, boy.
There's a shot base hit into center field. So 1-out single by Gwynn.
Well, he got a hanging breaking ball right there, and he took advantage of it. Gwynn smokes this one up the middle. Take a look, some hang time right there. Boy, that back heel off the ground. He got everything into that one. Good job of hitting on the mistake.
Here's Gagne. 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. Cleveland leading Texas 9-6, bottom of the 5th inning in Arlington. No score. Seattle at California, bottom of the 5th at the Big A. Outfield swung around to the right. Way outside. Nice stop by Karkovice. So just a short lead by Gwynn. There's a strike. Chris Gwynn has only attempted 1 stolen base. He was unsuccessful. So now Gagne once again, a long look down at third base coach Steve Boras.
You know, hit and run is always a possibility. Well, those Kansas City teams of yesteryear did that to perfection. They won a lot of ball games here with that play.
Well, that was nasty there.
Oh, boy.
Jeff Schwartz, outstanding stuff. As we talked about so often, I know all the years I've been watching this game and played it, I've never seen a rookie come up to the big leagues with the kind of stuff he has at that late of an age.
Yeah. Wicked stuff.
Here's a 1-2. Ball gets away from Karkovice, so winning run now in scoring position at second. Double-barreled activity for Kansas City. Meacham and Brewer. But the Sox, with 1 out and a 2-2 count on Gagne, got some work to do. Totals on the board identical, 1-9-0. Curveball. So a full count to Gagne. Off the 5th. That's a fair ball. Long peg by Ventura. Low. And Big Frank digs it out. Nice play, Thomas.
Great play by Frank Thomas. Robin knew he had to rush it because of Gagne's speed. Ball hit very weakly down the third baseline. As you can see the charge right there. That could have been a game ender right there. Soft hands at first by Frank on the backhanded stab. Good concentration right there on that ball. Watch where Frank steps. He's getting the hang of it. Frank usually would step in a different direction and have to stretch real far. Right there, that was perfect. He had the knees bent. Very nicely done.
He just continues to get better and better. Now Jeff Schwartz walking around out there on the mound as Gene Lamont's going to come out. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for Phil Hyatt. Craig Wilson. 28-year-old infielder. Played third base last night. So Lamont has his little chit-chat with Schwartz. If they can get out of this, the Sox in the 13th will have Ozzie, then at the top of the order, Tim Raines and Joey Cora. So here comes Wilson. hitting .375 on the season. No homers, 1 RBI. He was 0 for 3 last evening, but he swung the bat well. He looked like he had a chance. Wilson coming over with Felix Jose from the Cardinals for Greg Jeffries. Curveball low. There's a 2-hopper. Ozzy's got it on the run. Big Frank, and that'll do it. So nothing across for Kansas City here in the bottom of the 12th inning in a game tied at 1.
Top of the 13th. I thought this game would be a little bit closer by now. Those numbers absolutely identical, and some changes are being made. Craig Wilson, who pinch hit for Phil Hyatt, is in the ball game at third base. And thank goodness the general, Jeff Montgomery, is out of there. Sox retired easily by Montgomery, 9 straight. But Billy Brewer, good numbers, 1-1, 0.93 earned run average in 13 games. 9 2/3 innings, just 3 hits allowed. Walking 4, but striking out 6. But I'll tell you what, I'll take my chances here. Last appearance, that was last night. He worked an inning, gave up a hit. He struck out 1. So Billy Brewer, the 4th Royal pitcher of the evening. Billy, a 6'1", 175-pounder, 24-year-old. Actually, he's 25 now and lives in Longview, Texas. William Robert Brewer. Curveball to Ozzie Guillen's up high.
Longview, Texas. They got my money in Longview.
I'll bet they do. Ozzie 0 for 2 with 2 sacks.
Home of that renowned outfielder, Pat Sisk.
Right. He really is. He's so famous, nobody's heard of him.
He and I play together at the Kansas City organization. Watch out, Rock.
Lord have mercy. There goes the pennant. Did he get him?
No.
Whew. Man, danger zone. Ozzie a little tardy on that one. And the 1-2 pitch. Oh, boy. It's over his head. He fouls it back. He was guessing strike.
And Ozzie strike zone a little different than most guys.
Like the brim of his hat to his shoes.
From the tip of his nose to the tip of his toes.
Yeah. Well, he's walked 5 times already this year in 154 at bats.
Has he really?
That's a little high for him.
Wow. That's good eye.
Here's the 1-2.
Look at
Line
this.
drive, yes, into the gap in left center field. Cut off by Gwynn. Oh, he got a breaking ball hung up there by Brewer, and he took advantage. So Ozzie Guillen with a leadoff single here in the 13th. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, the Royal pitchers had retired 13 in a row. And here's Ozzie. He's just cutting and slashing up there. And there's that hanger Wimpy talked about, just a roller. And look at the Ozaroo. Just serves it out there. Look for a second like that ball might scoot through there, but no. Chris Gwynn over to cut it off easily.
Yep. That's just a bad pitch by Brewer. Here's Tim Raines. Let's see if the bunt is on. Sack. Oh, he curveball. Oh, he did him a favor throwing that curve, and Rock didn't get the head of the bat out. And left it behind him. See how he pulls back? That's just a real bad attempt. I think he accidentally hit his bat. I think he was trying to pull it out of there. So after the homer to lead things off, he's 0 for 4. Raines 1 for 5 on the evening. Whoa! Tim hitting at .342 as he stands in there with the 7th homer. 14 driven in on the season now. Craig Wilson way in at third. So in this situation, if he's bunting, he's got to make Joyner field it. The first baseman. Squares, fastball misses. Wally holding the runner on until the pitcher moves home, and then he charges, whereas Wilson is right there on him from the get-go. Very difficult to deaden the ball here on artificial surface, but you do the guy a favor when you throw him an off-speed pitch. Certainly helps his cause.
Well, we've seen some good bunting tonight, but when the head of that bat's pointing over into that first base dugout, that's not the right way to do it.
No. Curveball, he wasn't bunting. Takes it 2-1.
How about a little hit and run right here?
Ooh, not a bad idea. Good contact man. You got a guy with some speed at first base.
Good concept, huh?
It's a real nice concept. Let's see if Ozzie is in motion here. Brewer backs off. Rusty Meacham is still in the bullpen for Kansas City. I'm sure once we get down to Frank Thomas in this inning, he'll be in this ball game. Throw over.
One thing about the Kansas City middle of Jose Lean and Gagne, they've been sucking up everything that's been hit. Hey, hit and run, you got to try to get somebody out of position and then hit the ball on the ground.
And then you got a chance with those two guys. I'll tell you, they've saved a couple runs tonight. This game should well be over. There's a bunt. He didn't get the head of the bat out again. Ball's behind him, and as you pointed out, Hawk, the barrel of that bat was pointed towards that first base dugout.
Watch the head of the bat right now, right at the first base dugout.
Got no chance with that one. No chance. So the 2-2 pitch coming up. We are in the 13th inning in Kansas City. Pitch, ground ball towards short. Gagne to Lean. The throw, they got him. 6-4-3 is pretty automatic with those two guys in the middle.
Got to try to work the ball against this Royal team. They have just an outstanding up-the-middle defense, as we mentioned, with Lean, Gagne, and Brian McRae in center field. You got to try to work it to where you get one guy out of position and then hit the ball on the ground someplace, or try to get them moving around out there, because they have been coming up with absolutely everything hit on the ground.
They've been spectacular. As we mentioned, the Sox should have won this game a while ago. There's a drive to right. Felix Jose, and that'll do it. So the White Sox come up empty in the 13th. We're still tied at 1.
Under the 500 mark. Jeff Schwartz on the hill for the Sox. It'll be Chico Lean, Felix Jose, and Brian McRae. He joined us late. The Sox got a home run from leadoff hitter Tim Raines in the first inning. The 7th of the season, hit the foul pole. And Alex Fernandez was just great. I mean, there's no other adjective or word. He was great. Gave up a tainted run in the 7th. Lean had no chance on that one. 1-1 to count. Chico's 3 for 4 tonight. Got that little duck snort to drive in Chris Gwynn back in the 7th.
Go figure.
That running fastball of Jeff Schwartz. He got those funny fingers out there, almost like they're dislocated. He grabs it, and when he throws it, when he turns it loose, it's got that funny spin.
But nobody's laughing.
Well, he can't throw anything straight.
No. He's got to throw a strike right here. Lean has walked already 3 times this year, and over 150 at bat.
Big pitch. Right there. And once again, a reminder, the 9 o'clock news will immediately follow this ball game. Hang in there, gang. Leadoff man aboard. That's just the third walk issued by Sox pitching tonight. Alex went 10 innings, giving up just 1 run, 7 hits, 2 walks, had 6 strikeouts. Well, now Felix Jose talking to Steve Boris about this bunt. Other action in the American League. Cleveland leading Texas 10-7. Bottom of the 6th at Arlington. No score. Seattle at California. Top of the 7th inning. 9-1 Brew Crew over the Yankees at County Stadium. Tigers hammered the Blue Jays 12-1 in Detroit. And the Orioles win their 10th in a row as they beat Boston 5-1 at Fenway. Pops it up. Suarez makes the catch. No play at first. And a big out. Wow.
That's not the way you want to sacrifice bunt right there. As we mentioned before, with that third baseman charging, you got to try and get it down the first base side. Take your chances right here. Watch what Jose does. The pitch, he just jabs at the ball. He doesn't try and catch it and give with it. He jabs at it to the third base side. So Jeff Schwartz makes the play. Sacrifice is not executed.
Brian McRae is 2 for 5. Could you bunt a lick?
Yeah.
Were you? Good bunter?
Yeah, not bad. Had a tough time bunting it to the first base side, so it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. Could drag bunt it to third. Is that right?
Most right-handed hitters find it harder to bunt to the third baseman than they do to the first baseman. That's off the end of the bat. Cora's now going to go to second base.
Yeah.
They get the lead man. 2 out with good speed aboard.
Well,
Come on, Arthur for Karkovice.
That's right. He's going to be challenged right here. And Joey Cora did the right thing. Remember, Joey had that little mix-up at Comiskey Park, and he learned from that mistake. The runner advanced to second. He didn't get the lead runner, but right here he does. Keeps that winning run at first base.
And a milestone, as this is George Brett's 10,000th career at bat. Wow. Congratulations to George. But Georgie, let's just keep it less memorable.
Yeah. How about in your 10,005th at bat? Do something great.
Oh,
We'll be out of here. Yeah.
We'll be out of here with him. He's liable to get 10,008 tonight.
Yeah. The way this thing's going.
No go by McRae is the pitch low. Chico Lean walking a little gingerly. One 10-0 for the Sox, 1 9-0 for the Royals here in the bottom of the 13th inning. Good lead by McRae. 13 stolen bases in 19 attempts, and he takes off with a good jump. He had that base stolen.
Yeah, easy. But George swinging, that was a low fastball. He likes that pitch. Just wasn't able to put it in play fair. Of course, with the guy in motion right there, Gapper would certainly score a guy with McRae's speed. I don't know if George has got enough pine tar on that bat.
Oh, he's got his bat just right with that pine tar. Got to have a lot of pine tar on that bat. Well, I was a pine tar freak.
Oh,
I
really?
love that pine tar.
Makes you grip the bat too tight, I always felt.
George, one of the few hitters all these years not to wear the batting gloves.
Isn't that something?
There goes McRae. Kark with a throw, not in time.
Man. Well, he was there in a heartbeat because Kark came out of the chute in a hurry and threw a bullet down there. The only problem right here was a curveball. But look at McRae, that crossover step, and boy, he has got a jet engine going. Straight-legged slide right into the bag, so he's in there safely with his 14th stolen base. And Gene Lamont out to the mound right now to talk things over. 2-1 pitch coming up to George.
Well, the Sox have used Scott Radinsky, and this is just another illustration. They really need another left-hander down in that bullpen.
Yeah, when you got guys like Brett hitting with Joyner behind him, in a situation like this, it would be ideal to bring in a left-hander, but he can't do it.
Bobby Thigpen, Don Paul.
Well, I would think that he'd pitch to Brett here.
Wally Joyner's been hot.
Yeah.
Even though he is 0 for 5 tonight. So 2 ball, 1 strike count to Brett with 2 out. Winning run at second. Curveball. Took a little something off. Had George way out in front. So a lot of deuces on that board. Foul tipped in and out of the mid of Karkovice. 38,918 in attendance. Well, it looks like almost every one of them still here.
Isn't it amazing? Just a couple thousand probably have left this ballpark.
Got him on a curveball as Karkovice will put the tag on him, and that'll retire the side. Nothing across. They'll go to the 14th. Tied at 1. As you can see, it has been quite a pitcher's battle here tonight at Royal Stadium in the second of this 3-game set. Alex Fernandez started for the Sox. Chris Haney was outstanding also for Kansas City. And the relief work has just been good. Run on 10 hits, no errors for the good guys. Run on 9 hits, no errors for the Royals in a pitching change. 25-year-old right-hander Rusty Meacham coming on with a 2-1 record, making his 14th appearance. Rusty had some good success against the Sox last year. He was on the DL earlier, but right here, it'll be Frank Thomas, Ellis Burks, and Robin Ventura, and to get us a run, Wimpy, last chance. Here's the Duke.
Gulp. Thank you, Hawkaroo. Well, let's try it. Rusty Meacham's got good stuff. He's the kind of guy that gets it and throws it. He throws it from a very difficult angle to these right-handed hitters. He can be very, very difficult. Last year, he was very impressive. First appearance against the White Sox this year. 10-4 in 92 with a 2.74 ERA. Pitched in 64 ball games. 101 2/3 innings. So they is tough. He threw a lot of strikes, too. Just walked 21. So Big Frank, 1-0 pitch. Little breaking ball misses. 2-0. Rusty, 25-year-old right-hander from Stuart, Florida. Lives in Palm City, Florida. 6'2", 175. There's a little dribbler left side. Gagne throws him out. And there's 1 down. I mean, Meacham's given up a lot of hits per innings pitched. 26 in 18 innings with just 11 strikeouts. American League batting .217 against Rusty Meacham on the season. But he got the big first out right there. Frank Thomas, 6'3", and here's Ellis Burks. Ellis is 2 for 5. There's that funky delivery. Wilson guarding the line at third. A little jam shot. Yes, in the right field. So Ellis Burks gets his 3rd hit of the night. Might as well try and steal this run. Ellis Hasn't been real successful on the season. 3 of 7 from a stolen base standpoint. Montgomery's got to be a little tired, though. I mean, McFarland got Montgomery on my mind. Prior to tonight, McFarland has thrown out 14 of 38. That's 38%, 37%. Threw out Frank Thomas early on. The White Sox haven't attempted another one since then. That was in the first inning. Oh, that was about a year and a half ago. Here's Robin. First pitch fastball, strike. Ventura 1 for 5 in the ball game. That was a single way back in the 6th inning. Well, they are bunching him in the outfield, giving him the lines. Felix Jose is way over by that 385 sign in right center field. Well, nice shot down the first baseline. Could probably score Burks. Yep, that's what's going to happen right now. When was the last time I was right? No. That far back, huh? Pitch out. Fish weren't biting. I almost said the P word there. There's the skipper, Hal McRae of the Royals. Boy, as Hawk mentioned earlier, we mentioned a few times the Royals 19-8 in games decided by 1 run. That's got to be the best. Well, Phillies might be a little bit better than that. They just win every night.
Yeah, but they've been beating everybody's brains out.
That's true. Royals with that great defense. There's a shot back up the middle, base hit. Ellis Burks is going to have to hold up at second. So the Sox have something going here with 1 out. A couple of singles. And that'll bring up Danny Pasqua.
He just drills it right back. There's a sinker that didn't sink. Stayed on the bat. Got it up a little bit, flattened out. And a bullet by Ventura.
Okay. So Hal McRae jogging out to the mound right now for a little consultation.
He's racing out to the mound.
Yeah, for him. And just a couple of quick words. And he sprints back off.
He's wide open.
Yeah, he didn't run that slow when he was going into the second base.
Oh, he was a good base runner.
Yeah, he tried to rip your legs off. Hal McRae played the game hard. Pasqua takes a strike on the outside corner. Boy, not that. Remember how impressive Meacham was last year? Great movement. I haven't seen a whole lot of that in this inning. See if Pasqua can take advantage of something here. There's some movement. 0-2. Danny hit one right to the 385 sign his last time up. Felix Jose made the play. Got him on the high heater. I don't know what McRae told him, but he was some kind of a bat right there for Pasqua. So here's Lance Johnson. Lance is 0 for 5.
Come on, one dog. Do it.
Well, you got that good speed at second. He'll be off as soon as that bat moves forward. Ball on the sinker. Boy, he came over the top through that four-seamer. It looked like the Pasqua to get him. He had some little giddy up on that one. Ground ball. Foul at home plate. Count even at 1. The White Sox now with 12 hits. Royals with 9 in the American League. Cleveland beating Texas 10-7 in the 7th inning at Arlington. Seattle 2-0 over California in the 7th inning. That's good news. And we're in the 13th at Kansas City. High fastball nubbed at home plate. So Meacham ahead of Johnson here, 1-2. A run in the first by the White Sox on the homer by Raines and an RBI single by Chico Lean in the 7th inning, and that's the scoring in this ball game. Team ERAs are going down. Batting averages are also going down. Fastball grounded left side on the big hop. Wilson, the throw, got it. Well, the White Sox threaten. They strand 2 going into the bottom of the 14th. 1-1.
Tail of the tape, bottom of the 14th inning. 1-12-0 for the Sox, 1-9-0 for Kansas City. And just an outstanding baseball game tonight. Well played. Just one little slip up. That was by the Sox in the 7th inning when the fly ball by Chris Gwynn fell in. And he eventually scored on a single by Chico Lean. Crowd shot. Beautiful Royal Stadium. And this is the second of this 3-game set. The finale will be tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. Jason Bray will take on Kevin Appier. And that should be another Lulu. So Jeff Schwartz came on back in the 12th. Into his 3rd inning of relief work. He has given up just 1 hit, 1 walk, and has 1 strikeout. Wally World. Wally Joyner will lead it off. He'll be followed by Mike McFarland and Chris Gwynn. Now you see Wally has drawn the collar tonight. He's 0 for 5. Outfield fairly deep. Shading him to the left. As the curveball misses the outside corner. We mentioned earlier in that Minnesota 7-2 victory over the A's. Athletics have now lost 5 in a row. Kirby Puckett hit a grand slam, and Chuck Knobloch went 4 for 4. Minnesota's won 4 straight and 12 out of their last 15 ball games. As Wally fouls it away, and the count evens at 1. You seen that book that Kirby's got out? I think it's called I Love This Game. My daughter was reading the book. I don't read sports books too often, but I'm going to read that one. She said it was very good. She read it. As there's a smash to Big Frank Schwartz, and the lead man down. So 1 out. Here's Mike McFarland. Mike 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch, and he also walked. Robin guarding the line at 3rd. Curveball inside. Big Frank well off the line at 1st. Outfield swung around to the left, spread out and deep. Still a slight breeze blowing from the right field pole to the left field line. Ball back in and out of the mezzanine section. We have seen a lot of misplayed foul tips by the fans in attendance tonight.
Bad hands, huh?
Here's the 1-1. Curveball high. Well, one reason fans at Comiskey Park are so good at those foul balls, everybody in Chicago plays softball.
16-inch, barehanded.
Yeah. Curveball inside. See some great plays there.
Yeah, you really do. A lot of fans bring their gloves to the ballpark, too. You know, Schwartz does not have his good curveball tonight. He does have the fastball that's always going to be moving, so that's his best pitch. I think he's got to go more with it.
Oh, he's overthrowing the curve.
Yeah.
As he walks McFarland. So 1 out, 1 on, and here's Chris Gwynn. He's 3 for 5. Had that Bloop double in the 7th and scored the only Kansas City run.
In his last at bat, he got a hanging curveball from Schwartz and ripped it right back up the middle for a base hit. See how they pitch him this time.
Ball gets away from Karkovice, so McFarland into scoring position.
That cut fastball right at his front kneecap. He got out of the way, but Karkovice was screened by him. You know, a pinch runner, Brent Main, the other catcher, is going to run for McFarland.
Mike's legs just might not make it.
Yeah, he's been crouched under behind home plate for 14 innings. I'll take the rest of the night off, Mike.
And they're just going to go ahead and put Chris Gwynn on.
Yeah, he looks dangerous up there. Gwynn does. Might as well get to the right-handed hitters.
And that's ball 4. So with 1 out, 2 on, let's pause for our station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Along with the Wimperoo Top of Detroit, this is Ken Harrelson, Royal Stadium. Second of this 3-game set and a beautifully pitched ball game. Brent Main at second, Chris Gwynn at first, and here's Greg Gagne. He's drawn the collar tonight 0 for 4 with a sacrifice bunt. Takes a strike. Sox have turned 4 double plays in the 2nd, 4th, 8th, and 11th innings. Outfield shaded to the right. Gap in left center. Curveball high. Gagne, that long look down at Boris. Here's the 1-1. Souvenir right side. So Schwartz on top, a ball and 2 strikes. That Seattle, California game now in the bottom of the 8th. Mariners shutting out the Halos 2-0. Top of the 8th at Texas, 10-8. Tribe leading the Rangers. Chops that one foul. There's a nice play by one of the fans. To Hopper and his little boy. Look at that smile.
All right.
That's worth 14 innings right there. Count hangs at 1-2. He got him on a hook. Second strikeout for Schwartz.
It's like the pitch that got George Brett last inning. Biter right here. Gagne sitting on the heat. Whoa, that one just went down. Nasty pitch. So 1 more out away, and here's Craig Wilson.
He's been to the plate 1 time, grounded out to Ozzie. There's a good hook.
Yeah, he stayed back, let that one work for him.
Yeah, the last 3 he's thrown. He stayed back, did not try to overthrow it. Another one. And quickly the count 0-2. If you joined us late, Alex Fernandez started, went 10 innings, giving up just the 1 run on 7 hits, 2 walks, had 6 strikeouts. Scott Radinsky went 1. And Schwartz. He got him on a hook, and that'll retire the side. They'll go to the 15th, locked up in a 1-1 battle. Tie, top of the 15th. Right now, let's check out the Major League scoreboard for you. There you see Baltimore over Boston. Orioles, 10 in a row they've won. Tigers sparking this gang, hammered Toronto 12-1 in Detroit. Milwaukee over the Yankees 9-1 at County Stadium. There you see Minnesota, their 5th in a row of Oakland. Check the 4th in a row as Oakland loses their 5th in a row, 7-2. Cleveland at Texas, 10-8. Tribe, 8th inning. Bottom of the 9th now. It's a big A in Anaheim. Mariners winning 2-0 over the Halos. Giants over the Cubs, 5-4. Florida, the Fighting Fish over the Pirates, 5-2. It was the Bravos over Davy Johnson's Reds, 7-2. Philadelphia continues to roll, shutting out the Mets 3-0, and 13-3 St. Louis over the Expos. There are the rest of the scores, and Wimpy, absolutely the last chance.
Okay, there's a shot ball. Just fouled by Karkovice.
Wimpy, I'm telling you, this is it. This is it.
All right. Well, Kark almost had extra bases right there. Ripped it, but just foul. Rusty Meacham in there. He's the 5th Royal pitcher in this ball game. Kark is 2 for 5 in this game. Coming at you from all angles, over the top that time with a high fastball. 1-1 pitch, inside, 2-1. Brent Maine is behind the plate now. He came in as a pinch runner for Mike McFarland last inning. He misses in there again, 3-1. Base hit, ball 4. Ooh, what a great swing.
Base hit.
Yeah, something like that. Shot foul. Getting hungry.
What's new?
3-2 to Karkovice. Fastball, he pops it foul. He came overhand with that one.
Now, one thing we are seeing from Rusty Meacham, not quite as much as last year. Never seen anybody work any quicker than Rusty did. He got it and threw it. He was ready to go as soon as he got it back from the catcher.
Yeah. And there's a fastball foul. Like a different angle, arm angle every time. Over the top, he'll come 3/4 and sidearm. Breaking ball. Fastball, Kark, way back, get up! Gone! Home run, Karkovice. He killed that one. Oh, Lordy. Home run number 10. RBI number 29 on the year. The Sox lead it 2-1.
We've been saying that Ron Karkovice comes up with big hits as much as anybody on this ball club, especially against tough right-handed pitchers. And as Wimpy mentioned, that's his 10th homer, 3rd hit of the night. And you could just put that one on the board. That was out of here in a heartbeat.
Oh, my. Ozzie Guillen, the hitter. Lordy. No out. Sox lead at 2-1. Boy, did Karkovice put a charge into that 3-2 heater. Double figures now for Kark and homers. What a big one that was. Ozzie shot. Gagne dive. The throw. Got him. What a play by Gagne. Oh, those guys are magicians. You got to hit it out of the ballpark with these guys.
We have seen some sterling middle defense in this ball game. As we take another look at Karkovice's 10th homer of the year. 3-2 fastball. You can put it on the board. Way back.
Oh, boy. Look where he caught that one. Way out front. Head was still.
Look at the catch.
What a play. Good grief.
And look at this play by Gagne. He has been doing this last night and all evening tonight.
What a job by Gagne. This game should have been over about 2 hours ago were it not for the middle infielders. There's a shot by Joyner in the right field. Raines are going to go for 2 as Jose cuts it off. And the Rock in the second with a stand-up double. Oh, another run here would be nice.
Yeah, Rock's just been swinging the bat great. There he gets that sinker, didn't sink. Flat stayed on the bat once again. Ripped it by Joyner. So Rock with a leadoff homer in this ballgame way back in the first inning.
Well, that one did straighten out for him. Good pitch to hit, and Raines took advantage of it. So Joey Cora is going to have an opportunity. Joey's 0 for 3 in this ball game. And he pops this one up foul left side. 2-1 White Sox in the 15th inning. As you look at the closer, Roberto Hernandez will be in there in the bottom of the 15th to try and win it for Jeff Schwartz. Schwartz has been a godsend. He can pitch a lot of innings on a given night. There's a changeup down low to Joey. Wow. You know, a 4-hour ball game, that's not too bad for 15 innings. Joey fouls this one back.
But this has just been a great game to watch, even throughout all this time. The pitching has been great. The defense has been great. And myself as a fan, that's what I like to see. I like to see great pitching and great defense.
Well, there's been a lot of spectacular plays here, most of them by the Royals. They have really kept their team in this ball game with their defense.
Big Frank has made 2 real good plays down there at first.
Yes, he did. Fastball. Joey lines it into center field, but Brian McRae is right there to make the play. So he hits it hard, but no luck. And that'll bring up Frank Thomas. There's the man of the hour right there, Ron Karkovice. He might be a little tired. You think?
You know what hurts? After hitting that one, he might have been a little tired before he went up to the plate, but not now. They got to go ahead and put Big Frank on.
Well, Kark is the pick-to-click of Skip Ellison and the crew.
And this is the first walk all evening for Kansas City pitching.
Isn't that something? Well, their pitching's been good. Their defense has been spectacular, and the offense just hasn't kicked it in. Of course, you got to take your hat off to the White Sox pitchers themselves. They have done an excellent job. 3 of them. Alex Fernandez, though, was brilliant for 10 innings.
He was great. He just overmatched these guys.
Yeah, he did. Of course, he has pitched great in this ballpark. We mentioned 3-0 with a 2.25 ERA here in Royal Stadium. So here's Ellis Burks, 3 for 6, a couple singles and a double. Can't get the breaking ball. Ellis up to 294 in the batting average. 7 homers, 28 driven in. Breaking ball, he tries to pull it, and it goes foul, third baseline. So Meacham ahead in this count, 0-2. Checking the Royals for the bottom of the 15th. It'll be Chico Lean, Felix Jose, and Brian McRae, the first 3 hitters, or the only 3 hitters, we hope. Burks punches out, and that'll do it. But the White Sox, behind Ron Karkovice's solo homer, take a 2-1 lead to the bottom of the 15th.
Bottom of the 15th. 15th inning, Sox lead it 2-1 on the strength of Ron Karkovice's 10th homer. And a pitching change. It'll be the hard-throwing right-hander, Roberto Hernandez. Wimpy.
Roberto's numbers, he's 1-2 with a 2.22 ERA in 24 games, 29 strikeouts in 28 1/3 innings, giving up just 23 hits. His last appearance was last night against Kansas City. An inning and 2/3, he struck out 2.
Hubie Brooks hits the first pitch deep into center field. Lance Johnson back. He has room right at the edge of the track and makes the catch. Whoa! Look for a second like that one had a chance.
Well, that's amazing. Hubie Brooks sits around for 15 innings, 4 hours. First pitch from Hernandez, about a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and he almost takes him out to dead center. He was sitting on it. Hubie's a pretty good 5 fastball hitter throughout his career. Lance Johnson, you can see Lance kind of a little bit puzzled out there. He has a tough time picking up the ball in this ballpark.
Here's the leadoff hitter, Felix Jose, takes it down low. Felix 0 for 6 tonight. Hits that one into left field. Tim Raines is there. Makes the catch and quickly 2 gone. So it's up to the center fielder, Brian McRae. He's been swinging about well tonight. 2 for 6, but he shot a double off the wall in the first inning. 2 runs, 14 hits, no errors for the Sox. A run on 9 hits, no errors for the Royals. Big Frank guarding the line at first as McRae takes it down low. What a ball game tonight if you just joined us or tuned in late. Great pitching on both sides and absolute brilliant defense. 38,918, and they have seen themselves a good baseball game. 2-0 the count to McRae. George Brett, the on-deck hitter. There's a strike on the outside half. Two and 2 the count. A lot of deuces on the board. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yes, on the inside corner. Roberto Hernandez comes on, gets him in order here in the bottom of the 15th inning as the Sox win it 2-1. And Wimpy and I will be back to wrap it up right after this.